man, this is craziness. I can't figure out how to shut the other one off. It's crazy right now. There it goes. Okay, sorry. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project. I was trying to do two different things at one time and totally messed myself up. So welcome back to the Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a fireside chat with a couple from the crew and a couple of special guests. But before we get into the episode, or you enjoy the podcast, and make sure you hit up the new website. That's the Lost Art Project, veteransvoices.org. That's right. There's a new website. Why is it? Well, that's because we are a nonprofit now. So if there's any way you can help us out, it would be much appreciated. Big shout out to the Till All Project out there doing amazing things. Please go check them out. If you can support those guys, man, it's well worth it. I promise you that. You can always find them at tillvalhallaproject.com.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
Oh man, here we are. We are live. We're live on the Face Pages ×2, the YouTubes ×2, the X, the TikTok, and Instagrams. Man, we are all over the place. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited. I think Joe, you said you were going to be streaming it out also, correct?
Well, I'm watching on YouTube. I posted it in all my socials, trying to get as many people interested in watching this fireside chat. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of you guys' chats, and it's a pretty cool concept. I like it.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. Wait, so everybody knows, this is Joe. Joe was on Jarhead Jabber recently, not too long ago. And he said he's back here on the fireside chat with us, and I'm excited to have you, Joe.
Yeah, likewise. It's very interesting. I even went and bought a cool new microphone.
Ooh, you're like fancy.
Yeah, if you remember the last time I was on, I was using my Insta360 camera.
And yeah.
Who was it that was saying? Carlos was saying that it looked like I was in a spaceship. And I was like, man, I can't have people thinking I'm on a spaceship. So I got a different camera, and this is the one I was waiting for, but I was using the other one in the meantime.
Right on.
So good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it looks good, man. You're looking great.
Andrew, I was just going to say, man, Joe looks so much more professional than you. Man, he's got the boom mic coming down. I mean, he looks like he's got the whole setup. And you're just sitting there like,
he knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, Mike, no fantasies, all right? This is a microphone. I know it's long and hard and black, but
Nice.
Hey, didn't I tell you we're going to kick off this fireside chat good?
Yeah. Oh man. Well, hey,
that was like Shaquille O'Neal in the paint right there. You just went hard in the paint, man.
Yeah. Now you brought along a friend, so tell us about your friend a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is Antonio Espino. He is the Department of Arizona Commandant, combat vet extraordinaire. Actually, I was just talking with Antonio a few days ago, and he was saying that he knows the guy that started the Till Valhalla project. But I'll let him talk about that a little bit later. And I always say that, we sit and we shoot the shit all the time, every time we're at conference or convention, or something like that. And Antonio's life is like a freaking novela. You guys know what a novela is? It's a soap opera, right? It's like the Mexican
so
soap
private
opera.
I had to close the curtain, Joe. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, we start to talk, and and the conversation is here, and all of a sudden it just goes all the way up here, and it just stays there the whole night. So I wanted him to come on and share his experience, with the Marine Corps and the Marine Corps League. By the way, your Marine Corps League ad prior to this chat, fire, man. I love it. Gives me a moto boner every time.
Love it. That's what it's there for, specifically. Yeah.
We're all here for the boners.
Yeah, but I'll let him explain himself,
Yeah. Antonio, go ahead, man. Hit us up. I want to say Semper Fi back to James Buck over there. So sorry.
Yeah, hey, want to thank you guys for inviting me, Joe especially. Known Joe maybe 5 or 6 years now. Stand-up dude. Greatly appreciate the invitation. I am a man of 1,000,001 bullshit stories. Most of them are all true, but of course, subjects, dates, and names have been, altered to protect myself and the, prestige, esteem individuals that I associate with, so nobody was hurt during the making of this video. But real quick, so Lance Corporal Corey Schaefer, I call him Shafar or a Chub Scout. We were together in 3-4, Victor 3-4, and at the time, it was 3-4. I stood them up and tore them down a couple times, and then they went to like 2-7, whatever the hell it was. I met Corey and we had a relationship. Everything was cool. And then, everybody gets out and they do these things. And he actually reached out to me and he asked me if I wanted to do anything or help him out because he had an idea about the Till Valhalla project thing. And I was broker than broke. And I was like, you know what, dude, honestly, I can't. So it's amazing to see Corey. And he just had a baby not too long ago. Congrats, Corey. I still got a cell phone number. Don't know if it still works or not. I don't like bugging anybody. I try to just say hey every now and again, but no, just tremendous success. I want to thank you for actually mentioning the Till Valhalla project because it feels like a win for me when I see somebody that I've been affiliated with have the success that he's having. So hats off, Corey. We'll see ya. I know I look different, Corey. I got fat and I got bald and I got facial hair now, but it's me. I promise you, dude. But yeah, it is what it is. And I'm happy to bullshit with absolutely everybody. We got one guy waiting for a prostitute in a hotel room. I'm at a truck stop waiting for mine to show up. I'm going for the Mrs. Doubtfire theme tonight. So we'll see. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought that's all there was.
Mrs.
Options at the truck stop, right?
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I'm excited to have you here. I got to be honest with you. Two things. One, I'm lucky enough to be an ambassador for the Till Valhalla project.
Right on, dude.
That's why I mention
cool.
them every single podcast. I always mention a shout out to them.
You're like, I'm gonna check this guy right now.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Run them in the database.
Yeah. They do it amazing stuff. They really do.
To see them grow from plaques to clothing to being, at the NEX store. What's funny is I own a truck driving business, and I told Corey, I was like, hey man, maybe if you ever need me to haul some shit around, haven't made that call, but I do a specialty, so we'll see what's up. But yeah.
Very nice, man. Very nice. Well, hey, it's good to have you here. And then two, you're part of the bearded veteran brotherhood, so it's all good.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, right on. Yeah, it's what happens when you lose it up here and get it right here. You put it right there as well.
Yeah.
So I saw a truck because I'm on I-90 29 up here in Sioux Falls, and they put it in reverse on the grill. So when they pull up behind somebody, that's what they see in the rear view on the grills of their trucks. Have you seen those before?
No. Honestly, those are idiots. I mean, if you really need to put it out there that you're going in reverse, man.
No.
God bless you.
On the grill of their truck, they'll put branding. So they'll put Budweiser or whatever, or they'll put branding. So when you pull up somebody behind a red light, like at a truck stop, in the rearview mirror, they look behind them and see this grill. It had Budweiser. So it flips it.
Sick.
Yeah. You start seeing those up here, especially so we're at a cross section for I-90 29. So, but yeah, I've seen some interesting concepts for trucks coming through.
Well, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the hood of my
That's exactly what I'm saying right there.
Yeah.
Moto.
Yeah, very moto, dude. I'm not going to get out and show you the rest, but I keep it moto, I keep it moving, and I always tell everybody, don't talk about it, be about it. So don't tell me you're about the core if you can't market for the core. In my organization, I tell everybody everything is a fundraiser, everything is a recruiting drive. So when you see this big, beautiful battleship barreling down the road, number one, get the fuck out of my way. Number two, throw me a oorah and a Semper Fi, so.
But we all know he does it so he prevents as many level 3 DOTs as he can.
That's right.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That holds water, I'm sure.
It does. Yes, it does.
All right. Well, hey, let's go down. Mike, how you been doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just been down here this whole week in Florida for work. So it's working away. And Dan, Down here, it's been freaking. Yesterday, it was 95 degrees.
Oh, nice.
95
already. Yeah, 95. Yeah, I'm
With
ready to go
what,
to
95
Southwest Georgia
humidity?
where it's 85 instead of 95. So
yeah,
it's been hot down here, but
yeah, it'll be a cold spell when you get back home and it's 85.
Yeah, I saw the news this morning when I was going to the shop, and they were like, "Oh, there's a cold front coming," and I was like, "Oh man, it's going to cool down today." They're like, "Yeah, high of 87," and I was like, "Cold front? There's a cold front coming in?" It's like, really?
Yeah.
It's
Very
Florida,
nice.
man.
Or the cooler weather, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." Whatever.
Yeah. Gotta love it, man. That's a good time.
What's the humidity out there, Mike?
Actually, the humidity isn't too bad. I'll be honest with you.
Right on, dude.
It's just humidity is yes.
But
Just
not
yes.
yet. Yeah, but I hope I'm not here when it starts to get.
Hey, be careful with Florida man out there. I hear a lot of stories about Florida man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've experienced a couple of those just in this past week.
They congregate in Waffle Houses, so watch out. Fight clubs.
Yeah, I went
Florida
to a
man at
place
the
last
Denny's
night
in the
to
corner
eat
licking
dinner.
pennies.
Here in Lake Placid, Florida, there's not many places. Everybody closes up shop. And there's only like.
Did you say Lake Flaccid or Lake Placid?
Well, fuck you, dude.
Lake Placid. That's
He's
what I heard.
definitely
Lake
Lake Placid,
Placid.
Bob,
Papa.
right.
I thought you were. I thought that's a really good. I mean, that's a one-liner that you need to hold on to. Lake Placid is right outside of a retirement home, right?
Yes.
Here in Florida?
Yeah. See?
Yeah, that's
I thought
all
that's
area
what they
is.
called it.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought,
all area.
I thought you made a great joke, man. I was giving you your dues, bro. I was like Lake Placid.
That's in
Oh, my
Viagra
God.
County.
All right.
That's in New
Well,
York.
Jess, how are things up there? I would say the Great White North, but I don't know if it is anymore.
This bitch out here is out of her mind. So
Yeah.
it was 78 this weekend, and we had a whiteout snowstorm yesterday. So
Like a whiteout?
Are you serious?
couldn't see across the parking lot.
Wow.
It came in, and then we got it's a winter storm warning, 50-mile-per-hour winds tonight. It's 80 up north, 80-mile-per-hour winds. So it's coming back. But
Wow.
it's March. It's state basketball tournament, so every year this is what happens.
Yeah.
It's March.
Holy cow.
It's the
The
way
whole
we do.
Midwest and everything up through that area is getting severe storms, right? Tornadoes and
Yeah.
yeah.
We just call it March at this point. But no, I mean, and then we had a friend of ours moved back from New Mexico. He was out Marine Corps League in Sioux Falls here. He was our adjutant, past commandant. He retired in January from TSA and DHS, and
Nice.
great guy. His wife found him in the garage, had a stroke, and he had a brain bleed, and we lost him last night, 65. So if you don't find a way to like relieve stress and kind of, it's kind of it's a check on a lot of us. So we're kind of
That's why I stay busy in the Marine Corps League.
Yep. Oh, he was just super great guy, Mark Heisey.
Rest in peace.
But
Yeah, rest in peace for sure. Damn.
we're kind of going through it. He was one of our original heavy hitters back in the early 2000s. So,
Yeah.
Yep. But
Wow.
super great guy. Young, and he's busy with Young Marines, detachment, Chamber of Commerce, the honor
doing all
flight.
kinds of
He worked a
stuff.
lot with out here because he was TSA Federal Security Director at the airport forever. The original Federal Security Director here. Yeah, great guy. Life is short, so make it count.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good
Not
point.
to bring
man.
it down, just in time for Mark to throw us
I know.
some here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
appreciate you bringing it down, man.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Now
Love
that
you,
we're
Chuck.
all down, and we'll go over and see how horrible things are over in Mark's land over there. Mark, how you doing?
The gas is $6 a gallon,
Oh, you must be in
Hey, that's
California.
and it's 91 degrees.
So far.
We got a heat wave going on. They're closing the ski resorts up there in like Big Bear.
No kidding.
Yeah, the snow's all melting.
Dang. He really is a heat wave over there.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Big Bear for sure is closed, but they're closing. Starting to close them because the snow's all melting. The gas is $6 a gallon.
So far.
Careful with those drone strikes. I heard something about drone strikes in Cali.
Yeah,
I heard that too.
I'm sure.
There was a little drone flying around the truck stop earlier. I was like, what the fuck's that guy looking for?
And deploy the HIMARS.
It didn't have a big missile on it, did it?
No, who knows?
No, they'll use them to actually figure out their parking spots and what's open. It's cheaper
really?
to fly a drone than it's cheaper to put up a drone and mark empty spots than it is to put up a G-Boss.
Wow. That's smart, actually.
That's very smart. Call me old-fashioned, but I just drive around.
Yeah, well,
actually, it's funny because the Border Patrol started using drones too, and I think the direction that it wants to go is, by the way, that you guys didn't know, I'm a retired Border Patrol agent working down here in Nogales, Arizona, and sometimes the ground sensors will go off, and we had to go check them out, right? Yeah. So we have to hike all the way out there, and sometimes it's straight up, or sometimes it's really far. Eventually, drones started to become a thing. And they started this drone program, and it was only a team that would go out to the field and deploy the drones and then be in radio with the other guys that are playing the traffic. But I think the direction that it's going to now is they want to start implementing drones with individual agents, right? So, if they're going somewhere and a ground sensor goes off, they can just deploy the drone, fly it up, half a mile or whatever, instead of wasting all the time and energy to hike up the mountain, check it out, see what's up there, gather whatever intel they need to do, and then react to that.
Yeah, that's smart.
Technologica.
That's right.
Yeah.
Technologia.
I saw that for the first time today, number one. So I saw something the other day. You guys ever watch the movie Dune? The first one where they put the guy in the wall and left him, and he was the drone operator. Yeah. They found a hide site. I think it was Arizona or New Mexico, on the border. They parked the guy inside like a mountain as a observation post and just left him there. They found him. He's been living in like this crevasse for like the better part of like weeks.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
That is dedication.
Sounds like Huachuca.
That's some
That's hardcore right there.
That's Harkonnen mentality right there.
Oh, Yuma.
There we go.
Yeah. Yep. Fort Huachuca, that's where they have in Arizona, that's where they have the Army has is their drone program. Has is their drone program.
It's their intelligence.
We all understood that. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That place.
Yeah. Huachuca's an interesting place, man. That's the home of the Buffalo Soldiers as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
And the counterintelligence boys for the Army.
Mm-hmm.
Where
it's also Joe, home of the very first McDonald's drive-through. Yeah, how about
really?
That?
No way.
It is. Yeah. You guys didn't know that? Are you serious?
No.
Because they can get out of their cars because of uniforms.
Yeah. Google that shit. Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
The Army could not get out of their vehicles back then and look nasty in their uniform. So Huachuca McDonald's actually did the first drive-through. So I always tell people about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the military started the drive-through there. That's a good deal. Yeah, like we were the ones. We were the reason the drive-through.
No discounts. No discounts. No
discounts.
No credit. No credit.
According to Joe Pesci,
I don't
the drive-through. They fuck you at the drive-through. Joe Pesci had it right.
No, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like Google that shit. And then
useless
Sedona
knowledge.
Has the golden arches, but they're turquoise, and it's the only like McDonald's on the planet that's allowed to have a turquoise M.
Is that because it was originally that way?
Because it's Sedona. I have no idea. They're all hippies up there with their rocks and gems and marijuana and all
Spirit
that stuff
stones,
like that.
sir. Spirit stones.
Spirit stones. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. So
they don't even sell gas up there. It's just
It's biofuel.
What's the gas price?
Something,
It's just What's the price?
I was watching a YouTube video of a guy who was going around fast food restaurants and collecting all of their oil because he was running his vehicle off of a biodiesel engine or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of smart, but I mean, you got to deal with fast food oil all the time. But I mean, if you're from California, you avoid paying $6 a gallon.
That's
I will tell you though, I bet you I bet you whoever's driving that vehicle or whoever's following that vehicle is always thinking to themselves, "Man, I'm really hungry right now."
Yeah, I could go for some
You
French
drive
fries.
it too long, you're going to be pretty big boy. You know.
That's right.
It depends on where you get your oil from. There are some biofuels that are just horrible. If you go to like a Chinese place and use some of theirs, it is heinous.
Yeah, it's because all the cat hair. Duh.
Just leaned it right into it.
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
Is that what it is? The cat hair?
Yeah. That's too funny.
That's Denzel Washington, man. Don't cross the streams.
Yeah.
I got some good cat grease.
Hey, so AJ, I've been watching a lot of these fireside chats that you have archived on your YouTube channel, and I've been trying to catch one where you guys do introductions. I've seen all you guys here, but I don't know much about you guys. I don't know what Mark did in the Corps or when you served, Mike, Jess, same thing. I think some of you guys know each other from the Corps, right? Can you guys kind of let me know who you guys are?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, so I started gathering my crew, and it started with just individuals that I knew and that I had interviewed. So Mike was one of the first ones of the crew, correct, Mike? You weren't? Who was the first ones? I can't even remember now.
Nah, pretty sure he had Vic and I think Mark was on there. Krista
was on there, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's people either I have served with and or I have met over doing interviews and had them come on. So and then just asked them to come back, and they just kind of would come back as part of the crew, and it's kind of rotated in and out. So Jess was he came on I met him down in at Nationals, right, for the Marine Corps League down in Texas.
I met Joe down there too.
Yeah. So that's where I met him. He's a motivator from the 29 Palms back when he was in.
Oh, fuck.
I'll let you tell them a little bit about you, Jess. Go ahead.
Yeah, buddy.
94-3. 29 Palms started off with the LAR, went to the 7th Marines, and then went down to Camp Pendleton 11th MEU. So did a couple of Westbacks down there, and then back home to South Dakota, and then did about 10 years of contracting. So Hawaii, Japan, Northern Japan, Oman, and then Afghanistan, in and out for about 5 years in Colorado Springs.
Trip Can, Blackwater, Titan?
Northern Japan was actually Chenega Blackwater, believe it or not.
Well, I just know who you contracted for.
Yeah, I worked Chenega Blackwater in Northern Japan, X-band radar site, and then I was intelligence for Afghanistan. So intelligence and operations. But yeah, we kind of for the database of records, so we did all the reporting. So,
you could tell
every report. No, it's actually the most boring shit you've ever read. In fact, Bradley Manning or whatever she's calling herself now was actually that they took our database and dumped it out on WikiLeaks. That was our database.
Oh, shoot!
From Iraq.
Good job. Good job letting me get a hold of it.
Actually, they had the clearance. They knew what they were doing, and they just downloaded it all. And that's exactly what it was designed for. It was like intelligence gathering and sharing among different organizations. So it wasn't just a ops board in somebody's COC. That's the entire purpose of it. Yeah. But nefarious reasons will do nefarious things. So but no,
for sure.
Then shooter for a while, but yeah. Then I taught fire support and some other things in Hawaii and Okinawa for about 4 years.
Rifle squad or
Dakota Meyer was artillery. Well, mixed bag.
0811. Yeah.
I was a FIST guy in LAR, believe it or not. So
I believe it.
Rotary fixed wing, indirects, but we had the sim center, so we do repetition.
Oh yeah, artillery is all
when
about
you get
repetition.
when you get a fraction company and you start asking them math questions, that was my opening line. It's like, how many degrees in a circle? And there's always some dipshit who say 365, and I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be a long day. Yep.
Tell them, are you
the
into
extra
getting
5 is to
pissed
cover
in?
your blind spot.
Yeah, that extra 5 is to cover it real hard. how many mills in a circle really put him into a high hover too. 64,000. Like, oh shit. Let's go sit over there. We'll spend some time with you. But no, it was we didn't get to drop a lot of artillery or mortars, or we didn't have a lot of calls in Hawaii, so we did repetitions with a regimental gunner. So by the time they got to the hill, they were pretty well versed in what they were doing, and a lot of work for militaries. But
yeah,
previous lives.
Nice. That's an interesting career path. I
Yeah,
mean, you said
now
part of it was boring, but yeah, I mean.
So Jess is our resident smart guy. He comes in with all the smart info. He's also our resident book expert. So he reads a lot. So he has a lot of knowledge. So
is he like Cliff on Cheers?
Yeah. He's
has an
definitely
answer to
Cliff on Cheers.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. How long is the intestine of a whale?
Yeah, there you go.
Blue or sperm?
What's even more interesting is the size of their wang, because I've seen one of those in Iceland. There's a dick museum there.
Point proven.
Yeah. Well said.
Useless knowledge. I focus on
So
it.
Mike and I served together, 1st Marine Division. We were both in the band together. So, and then we deployed to Iraq to Ramadi together. So I've known Mike for quite a while. He was my gunny. I was a sergeant. I took a couple of butt chewings from him over my years. But he's a good guy, really good guy. So that's where I know him. Mike, if you want to tell him a little bit about you.
I'm a 29-pound guy too, man. 92 to 2008, I was in. 29 palms, Albany, Georgia. I don't know if you ever had any interactions with the good old Marine Corps Logistics Base in Albany, and that 1st Marine Division band, and then back to Albany. Andrew and I know each other from 2004 when we went to the 1st Marine Division band, went to Ramadi. I was there in 03 when we went in for the invasion. We were the band. That's what everybody says. So we were the band.
Yeah, right on.
We earned the call sign because everybody jokes, and none of us claim to be infantry Marines by any way, shape, or form. But the band's primary mission is perimeter security, convoy security. It was heavy machine gun platoon is what we did. And we ran, in 03, God forbid we had any, prick 19s or anything like that. So we were running comm wire spools from gun hole to gun hole, and, TA 312s and
the old TA 312s, yep.
Crap like that, licking, you're sitting there licking the contactors and just lick it, it'll make it work, and
gotta lick it and stick it. Yeah.
Running comm line wire, and everything, but it was
Jack
a good
of
time.
all trades. Yeah.
Andrew has some good stories about Iraq in 04 when we were at Camp Blue Diamond in Ramadi.
Yeah. Stories of getting my butt chewed by you. Yeah.
Whatever. You got your butt chewed, you well deserved it. But whatever reason you got your butt chewed because I love
I deserved every one of them. That is true.
We were just a little rambunctious as sergeants.
Yeah, it is what it is. I must have still been rambunctious.
29 palms, man. That's my claim to fame, man. So 29 palms.
Oh yeah.
Good old
you were there for what, 6 years?
No, I was there for 4 years.
4 years.
94 to 98.
1 year is like 8 years.
They should have awarded a medal for
like dog years.
Your contract. And
they need to have the damn Bandini Award. You got something on that freaking junk hole.
Bandini Award.
And standing on the damn CG's parade deck, it's leaning like this.
Mm-hmm. Still is.
Damn sprinklers are going on, spraying Bandini water on you, and you're sitting there walking through feces water. It's like, no wonder it's green. It's in the middle of
but it's sterile, and you like the taste.
Oh yeah.
What's interesting is
when the signs on the field say non-potable water. Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
I was in 29 Palms recently. Well, I say recently, but it was probably about 4 years ago. My kid was in the Corps, and she went to comm school over there, and I went to go visit. And all the MPs, or I don't know about all, but most of the MPs have been replaced with cops, like regular civilian cops, but they're like contractors. And they work the base as cops. I saw a bunch of cops going around. And I'm like, who the hell are these guys? I asked somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the MPs have been replaced by cops."
Wow.
That was interesting. I don't know why they changed, but that's what they
So I can kind of chime in on that. So that was like one of the FABs that I did before I retired at 29 Palms. They said in their infinite wisdom, it was cheaper to hire civilians to do the jobs because it was more expensive to PCS the Marines and their family, which I call bullshit, because they would pick up the horn and say, hey, we need bodies. So then you get Lance Corporal Schmuckatelli standing on the gate or standing by the PX checking IDs, you know? So in the grand scheme of things, you know, to say that that is fiscally sound to me was always bullshit, but you never know. It's 29 Palms. The heat gets to your head out there, stuff happens.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of weird or odd.
Yeah, no,
It's
another oddity. We have combat engineers, but we're hiring civilians to contract and build our buildings. I was like, make those guys do their job, build the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You know what would be the cherry on top is if all of the buildings at 29 Palms were made of like adobe mud, you know, like the ones you find from like 10,000 years ago. You know, just a bunch of adobe mud structures. And we're the Marines at 29 Palms.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Probably better than the Ponza huts we were in.
Yeah.
Well, tank hangars and all that crap we were in.
So the MPs got pulled back because it was the end strength numbers.
Here comes Cliff.
Contracting.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
No.
I'm waiting for your answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So military policemen, it took him. Military policemen were getting transitioned from PMO units to field MP because they're chronically short of them. So it's easier and more stability for base units to actually go with the contract than it was to actually put them on rotation. So it was Air Force Academy was doing the same thing. It was DoD wide.
Suck my unit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, except your unit, yeah.
Well, I mean,
anyways,
it was for us. That was 3-4. I mean, we started talking about 3-4 when they moved out to 29 Palms. That was like the best place to put guys who just needed a break. Was on the gates and FAP units, and that was like they took away another place for us to kind of give a guy like the chance to like just normalize again. So our high achievers that just needed a break, we put them out with MPs or the SACO or all these base units and just let them normalize in between deployments for like a couple 3 months. So
we sent all of our shitbags who just got out. Yeah. If you said you did not want to re-enlist, FAP, your last 3 months was going to be at the gate. Yeah, that's interesting, man. I would never consider.
That was
I
mindset
requested
shift from the 90s.
Palms, but like there was people who didn't want to go there for anything. That's wild to hear that was a benefit.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of wild.
Damn, dude.
FAP units were like, you got out of the field, you got out of CAXes, you got a chance just to normalize. A lot of guys they got like 60 MCIs done over the course of a FAP. They just worked the back gate, Ocotillo Heights, and just hang out.
Yeah.
If any one of your guys got in trouble, they'd like, hey, call like so and so. He's on a FAP, and he'd come hook the unit up.
Yeah.
So that was like the hookup. But there was also like base SACO. Ben Early was at the golf course by noon every day. He was golfing at noon every day.
That was a pointed place of duty, though.
Appointed place of duty.
For you drop off the piss samples in the morning,
and
it's just gone. Ben was like golfing by noon every day. Loved it. It was like his best day.
Hey,
so, what is it called, Joe? It was like a reward.
Yeah,
chain of evidence,
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you got to see that shit off, dude. You got to see it off, you know.
Well, what about?
So I mean, it's shifted obviously over the years.
Yeah.
So real quick before we get too far, now the next guy over here, Mark, he was the sergeant major for 2nd Battalion on the depot in San Diego when I was a drill instructor, and I was a staff sergeant and then got promoted to gunny while he was there. But and you know how in boot camp, I don't know if you guys said this, but most people did. Good night, chesty puller, wherever you are. We used to say good night, Sergeant Major O'Loughlin, wherever you are. So that's how iconic he is. But Mark, you want to tell him a little bit about you?
I like it. I like it. You better still be saying that.
I don't know about all that, Andrew. But I came in 1982 to 2012. I spent, I was either at 1st Marine Division or School of Infantry for 3 years, and then I did 3 tours on the drill field. Retired as Sergeant Major of Wounded Warrior Battalion, West at Camp Pendleton. So I did 9 infantry battalions.
And it was 7 deployments, right?
9 deployments.
What, 9? 9 deployments. Dang, I always mess that up.
9 deployments.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a really abbreviated resume for a sergeant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should listen to his story sometime. It's pretty impressive. I'll have to send you the link.
wrote some books, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just it should have been published already with this publishing company, but I put the finishing touches on it. I'm just waiting for the guy who's writing my foreword for it. But hopefully by next Friday, on the 20th, it'll be out.
What's it called?
It's called Validated Leadership.
Sounds interesting. Jess has already read it, by the way.
Yeah, I bet. How many pictures is in there for us 03 guys?
He's already torn it apart. He's already torn it apart.
Fact checking it. You're on mute, Jess.
When they go to see what the excavator actually hit, it looks like
I'm a School of Infantry grad.
they call an archaeologist to take over.
You're on mute again, Jess.
That was at ITB from I was at Infantry Training Battalion from August '93 till December '96.
God damn it! You were there when I was there.
Oh yeah, he probably chewed you out more than one time. You know he did.
Yeah. So how about yesterday being 0311 day?
I was at ITB.
Tomorrow's best day. 0313 day. What's up?
0313.
Is that even a job still, Jess?
Looks different from the others.
Is 3-4 even a unit?
Stuck my unit. Every time I hear unit, I just have like PTS and I go to Tropic Thunder. No, they're not.
Oh, hold on. Don't put that out.
The fraction units are weighing in right now. That's always my favorite part of the night.
Yeah. Next thing, Antonio is going to go booty sweat.
Yeah, love the movie to death. But man,
what do you think I'm drinking? I just picked it up in Da Nang.
Booty sweat.
I just picked it up in Da Nang.
It's just gonna make you gay, Antonio.
Oh my God, man, you guys are crazy. I love it.
Well, the biggest thing, Andrew, Jess knows this. You know this, Andrew, but Joe and Antonio don't know. In Mark's new book, the reason why it's delayed is they're trying to colorize the picture of him in President Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They got to get the wooden teeth correct, right?
Yes,
that's
exactly.
correct. Yes, that's a tough deal.
It's historically accurate, so they're trying to get it all accurate.
Uh-huh.
Well, he better be at
Valley
Parade
Forge
Rest.
is a hell of a drug. That's right.
They had to take the old metal plate prints, and they're trying to get them to look right. And
You got to get him out of mint from the Treasury.
Yeah, him holding the Kentucky Freedom Rifle with a 23-inch bayonet.
Well, Mark's standing there with a bottle of Jameson. I was like, where the hell did that come from?
A barrel?
It came from Jameson himself. That's where it came from.
I know where it came from, but I'm like, man, what was that really in that picture?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Jameson gave it to him. That's why.
Yeah. He probably helped him on the first
stock.
model making it,
Yeah.
So, Jess, you're a crewman, you said?
Yeah, then I
Think
lab
about
moved over
it.
to
It's
MACTAT
okay.
planner. So 0511.
What?
I don't have to. I know the answers.
What? I'm confused. I missed something. Sorry.
I don't know what he's saying.
Jess, you said tomorrow's 0313
I was a crewman,
day.
and then I lap moved over.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
So you were a
I
crewman and you lap move is what you're saying. Okay.
So I
Yeah.
got to tell you this badass story.
Yeah.
I think I might have told Joe this past weekend in Havasu. So I'll try to paraphrase because, like I said, I got 1,000,001 bullshit stories and counting. Well, anyways, So there I was, balls deep in a drink, and I hear this guy talking, and this guy's talking about how at the height of the war, he was a cook. But the guy was so completely badass that they needed to pull him off, the skillet from cracking eggs and shit, to be, an LAV crewman. And I'm already a civilian at this point, and I just keep looking at this guy, and I'm like, I don't understand where in the height of the war that, George W. Bush needed to dub thee from, fry cook to LAV 13 crewman. So I was like, so I go, did you go to crew school? Are you a scout? What's going on? And he basically said, I'm the shit, blah, 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 moving forward. Well, then I didn't think I was ever going to bump into this guy again. Next thing you know, I'm at the same shithole bar. A buddy of mine from security forces goes to whatever LAR is in 29 Palms, and then ends up in, I believe, 27 with me before I retired. But he is PCSing because we're stupid. He's PCSing from 29 Palms. Did he move driving all the way back to North Carolina? He's from Jersey. Well, anyways, he was a no-shit scout. He was a no-shit 0313 LAV crewman. And we're sitting down at the bar, and the same guy is over there telling the same damn war stories. There I was, balls deep in the shit, flipping up flapjacks and cracking eggs. And then, they tap me on the shoulder, and they need me chopping bodies on the 50 cal. And I'm tapping my little ginger friend Cooper, and I'm like, Waylon, dude, that's the guy. That's the guy. And Waylon, he's such a short guy. He hops out of the bar stool and just whoop. He disappears. Well, anyways, he walks over there with beech nut in his lip, and he's telling the guy, he's like, oh, so you're a crewman? And he starts saying all kinds of crewman techie shit. I don't know what you guys do in there. I think there's not enough air, so you lose brain cells, personally. But, starts to berate and belittle this guy who is so shit hot, mind you. He has to, put the eggs down, put it down to simmer, chop bodies up, and then report back to the stove. And, my buddy Cooper Whalen, he scoots him off, but I was like, you know what, bro? There was never a fucking bar that I've gone into where I haven't met a recon Marine, a Navy SPIL, a space shuttle door gunner, on the submarine. And it's just like the craziest stuff that happens, but I have never heard of a taller tale than a cook telling me he was so shit hot he had to be a crewman, so just a little bit of information for you, a little spiff of a bullshit story that I got to be a part of. So
when I make this face, there's going to be like an O moment. There's an O moment, by the way. So this is going to be the biggest legend in 3rd LAR was a guy named Master Guns Martinez, and he was not originally a crewman. He was a generator mechanic. And he was a sergeant, and they were so short on crewmen in Gulf 1 that he became a vehicle commander, and he had. This skull, he had this Reaper with a stack of skulls on his forearm. And we asked him one time, because we're a bunch of boot crewmen, he was our battalion master gunner. He's like, hey, Master Guns, what are those skulls mean? He's like, that's for every vehicle my crew killed in Gulf 1. And it was just stacked. And they're just about the size of a dime. And he had the battalion crest tattooed on his thigh. So when it was skies out, thighs out, and silkies, Master Guns Gunny Martinez was out there. But yeah, we made the mistake of asking him questions one time what that meant. So he was actually a generator mechanic, and that was like the weirdest story. But so I was like, cooks, I don't know. You never know, because they were press ganging these guys in Gulf 1 because they were so short on crewmen back then. But a cook anyway. But the first George Bush actually ran it. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I feel like that's a validated story, and mine was a bullshit story. Like, there's no way this guy went from cracking eggs to cracking skulls. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's like,
anything can happen, I suppose.
Anything can happen, But
when he's cracking 50s, he said he was shooting 50s in LAR.
That's what he said.
We had 2 50s in LAR per TO.
Yeah,
that's all. We shot 25 millimeter and 240s almost exclusively. We didn't touch 50 cal ammo hardly ever. And that KC-135, it went down. It didn't get shot down. So
Cooper laid in on him, and I was just like, dude, like, out of all the places that you think you can, like, you're safe when you're gonna tell a bullshit story, like the fish just keeps getting bigger. I was like, bro, leave some value for the rest of the guys to steal. You're taking it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forget who we relieved. We relieved somebody in like 2010, and shrapnel tore through a tent, and like tiger scratched the back of a cook's back and ass cheeks, and they didn't medevac him immediately, but when he got sent back to the States, you know, everybody rotates back, but he's standing there out like this, like knife handing everybody, yelling at everybody, and we're like, what happened? Who's this guy? And they're like, oh, hey, that's a combat action Purple Heart recipient. I'm like, because he got his ass cheeks grazed by shrapnel. He's a combat action Purple Heart recipient. But can you imagine a chowtard dishing out MREs, and he's got a bigger stack than most people? I can't wait. I hope that guy's a master guns right now, cooking chow for somebody and burning omelets for somebody, you know, because random shit happens, you know. You know, you got to massage the hell out of Garcia for some of these stories.
Hey, real quick, I don't know who this person is on X that put this out, but said a KC-135 Air Force tanker plane was shot down over Iraq. Did you guys see that?
I'm looking at it right now online, and it says that it crashed, but there's no report of it being shot down. I don't know. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. United States acknowledged that one of the aircraft has crashed in western Iraq amid the country's joint military offensive with Israel and Iran.
Yeah. That's three. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 aircraft that they've lost, right? Air Force?
Or
4, yeah.
Well, those first 3 were all friendly fire.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so that's interesting. You're on all these different platforms, AJ, and they all come to the same. Do you have all these up right now?
Yeah,
like
they're
the
all
Matrix, like looking at all
live
these
right now. So I use StreamYard. So anybody out there, if you want to use StreamYard, I'm pretty sure it shows StreamYard link down there. And if you decide to use StreamYard, then I can get some money from it. But sorry, I was
well. The reason that I popped out of the chat there for a second is because you have this login at the upper right hand side, and I was like, maybe I can see more shit if I log in. So I clicked login, and it booted me out of the chat. And then I just clicked back and I came in. But I probably should have created an account on this thing, before I joined up. I wouldn't mind at all coming back and joining you guys on FireSide Chats from time to time.
Absolutely, man. You can come back anytime, man. Anytime. But the StreamYard, man, it's a fantastic program. I think I can stream up to, I think it's 8 or 9 different platforms at one time, which is really cool. And then you can use what's called Restream. And their free account on Restream, I think you can stream up to 3 different platforms. So technically, if I use the Restream, I mean that would be up to 3 more platforms that I could use, which is pretty awesome. You know, you're talking 11, 12 different platforms all at one time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I see you're back in the office, by the way. The last few that you've been doing, you were in a different setting.
Yeah, so that was over in here in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, the new VA home. So that's just opened this past year, and so I was over there doing some recordings, and those guys over there, I'm it's pretty awesome, man. I'm really enjoying going over there and listening to these old guys, those old ladies telling their stories. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, you were doing in-person interviews?
Yeah. I don't do a lot of in-person interviews. But I'm trying to do as many as I can, and it just so happens the VA home here opened up, and I was like, well, this is a great opportunity. So I went and chatted with them, and they rogered up and said, yeah, absolutely, we'll do it. And so every Thursday I go down, and I've been recording like 3 different stories a day.
Killer.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man, just to hear some of those stories and to see those guys. In fact, I was talking to one of the ladies that works there, and she was saying, because she's civilian, right? She's not prior military or anything. She was like, these guys don't really open up. You know, like they don't really talk to you about stuff. And she's like, to hear the stories that they're telling you on here and the places they've been, the things that they've done is truly amazing. It's like we get to know the person, and I never had a clue that person was, did those things or what have you, which I thought was pretty cool. And then she said we actually put in the common area, they put the videos up when they broadcast, right? So they'll loop them and play them. And she said they'll come down there and sit and watch them all day long. They'll just come down and sit and watch them. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So it's helping those guys out. So maybe I can work out a deal with the VA and go around and actually record different stories, different places. So
Yeah, well, the VFW did that. They said,
Yeah.
hey, if you pay to be in this book or do an audio thing, we'll put it out there. But hats off to you for doing that, sir, because that some of that spicy nostalgia, if you will, is what keeps some of us going. We all have a bullshit story. And, when like-minded individuals get together, crack a couple cold ones, have a little smoke of something, you're going to open up a bit. It's when I found the Marine Corps League, I just needed to be around some brothers and sisters. I needed that fellowship and camaraderie. So like-minded individuals bitching, you're just going to open up more and more. One guy has a one-upper on a story and that, and that's what I love. I love hearing the bullshit stories. I love seeing what's going on with these old guys, and we're going to be there. I mean, a lot of us are already there. So, I'm interested. I love to hear them.
Yeah. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. Listening to people's stories, getting to come on here and just have some camaraderie with different individuals. I got the regular crew. Then I got individuals coming on where I try to highlight veteran-owned businesses or organizations or different things like that. If I can highlight anything and put a positive spin on the veteran community, that's a win in my book.
And you're going to be in Indianapolis this year, right?
I am. Yeah, I'll be in Indianapolis. I'll also be at what's the Modern Day Marine.
Modern Day Marine, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at Modern Day Marine as well.
I'll have to catch you at those. I'll be at both.
Will you? Okay, awesome. Yeah. So I'll probably be doing a bunch of live videos while I'm there, kind of like we're doing now. But I'll be walking around talking to people and stuff like that. I probably won't be doing any interviews in a sense of like veteran story interviews, but we'll see. I don't know who all I'll be able to get to record and get to stuff. Who knows? Maybe the Commandant, Sergeant Major Marine Corps, somebody like that can stop by and give me a couple of minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
We'll see, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pat McAfee shows up because he's right there in Indianapolis, and he's such a big personality. Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, Pat McAfee. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did his for the birthday, he was down at Paris Island, Sergeant Major Marine Corps.
Oh, was he really?
He was doing a show down there on the depot.
Okay.
So I gotta ask, Jose, what's your background, man? As he blacks out as soon as I say that.
Oh no. I had to pick my nose. I didn't want to do that on camera.
I don't care, man.
Had a little booger there. Anyways, yeah. So I was on the podcast a little while ago, and I kind of explained a little bit. So I'm from a little town in South Texas, Brownsville, Texas. I think Antonio lived there for a little bit as well. Graduated high school, joined the Marine Corps in 1996 as an 0811. I was a 4-year ROTC, Marine Corps Junior Reserve, right? ROTC. And so the Marine Corps was kind of like my thing. I knew that I wanted to join the military ever since I was in like middle school or something like that. But, to me back then, everything was just the Army. When you're a kid, everything's the Army. And then I went to high school, and I was lucky enough that my high school down there had a Marine ROTC program. So I joined that, did that for 4 years. And by the time I was a sophomore, I was all gung-ho, want to join the Marines. Graduated as the Cadet Battalion Sergeant Major, joined the Marines, got contract PFC as an 0811. And I did from 96 to the tail end of 04. Usually I say 05 because I got out December 28th or 9th of 2004. But I made it to Staff Sergeant, did a bunch of cool stuff while I was in the Corps. I think that, talking to a bunch of Marines, I haven't been in the Marine Corps League for almost 20 years now, and talking to a bunch of people, I think that I was very, very fortunate in my 8.5 years in the Marine Corps that I got to do field artillery. I was security forces over in Rota, Spain. Got to travel around, did a bunch of cool stuff while I was there. Left there, went to 29 Palms, did my last 2 years in 29 with India 311. And both of the years that I was in 29 Palms, the majority of that time was over in Iraq for the invasion in 2003. And then we went back in 2004, did stability and support operations closer to the Saudi Arabian border. And it was so interesting. And but I'm one of those guys that lived, ate, and breathed the Marine Corps. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a lifer. it didn't pan out that way, right? Got an ex-wife, and she was just kind of tired with the Corps, always deployed, and shit went sideways on that. I got out, tried to salvage it, and it didn't work out. Had I known now what I know then, I would have just stayed in. But I don't regret my decisions, because I got out, joined the Border Patrol, and that was a really interesting career. So I've had quite the career working with the federal government. 8.5 years in the Marine Corps and almost 20 years in the Border Patrol. It's been quite a ride, I will say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a sensitive one. Were you there for Chance Phelps?
I was actually. He was in my battalion. Yeah, that was. I mean, there's casualties everywhere, right?
Yeah.
During that time, we're nothing special, but losing a brother is tough. I didn't know the guy personally, but you always grieve for Marines that you lose that are in your unit.
You said Chance Phelps?
Yes.
Yeah, he was attached to us in Ramadi. Andrew knows him too.
Yeah, that's why I was asking who you contracted with, because while I was there in 2004, those Blackwater agents got hemmed up.
Yeah.
I think it was four of them.
I caught the end of the wild times for security contracting before the circle shooting, and you can kind of feel it sliding is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
And there was kind of a weird vibe in Moyoc when I went through. It was like, this is kind of getting weird. So it was kind of a short. I was in college for most of I went to college at the beginning of the war because I didn't think it was going to last long. I didn't think we were going to go, because 29 Palms in the 90s, how many times we sit on the Kuwaiti border just waiting to go with, like, it looked at the data sheets and it was like, it's too light. We all thought it was too light.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I guess we're going. And that was, it was weird.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was in Rota, Spain, and security force is a non-deployable unit. We have our missions wherever it is that we're at, and my contract in Rota wasn't supposed to end until March or April of 2003, and I was going through some shenanigans with the ex-wife. She was, like, oh, you're deployed too much, you're gone too much. Rota, Spain was we were behind the wire. We were on guard, right? And for a long while there, the schedule was I was a sergeant at the time, and so I was a sergeant of the guard. We would post on duty 0730 on Monday, and we wouldn't get relieved until 0730 the following Monday. So we were on guard for an entire week. You lived at the CP, and from there, my platoon was on guard, and we were guarding a naval telecommunications compound, which is the big staple there in Rota, Spain. So for that week, we would guard the compound. We also had some responsibilities at the DCS building, which is the Defense Courier System. Anybody transiting through Rota that is carrying top secret material has to leave it at the DCS while they're there, and then they pick it up and they go. So we would do responses there, and we would do scenarios, because there wasn't always anything going on. So we would send role players out to test the guards and stuff like that. But we were gone a lot. And when Iraq broke out, I was coming to the end of my contract there in security forces, but I didn't want to get out without ever having done my job. And, you say you're from the artillery community. In artillery, every day it's the same thing. We do so much repetition that, having done that for so long and having gotten out without ever actually doing your job, which is, for us, combat. I got with my first sergeant, who was a fucking piece of work. Jesus Christ, this guy, if I ever see him on the street, I wouldn't piss him on if he was on fire. But anyways,
there it is.
My whole introduction to Rota is like a 1 hour story. Anyways, I told this guy, I was like, hey, I know my contract here doesn't expire for another 3 months, but I'm going to EAS soon. I actually extended to go. I requested orders to go to a Victor 1 unit, and he pulled through for me. He got me orders to 29 Palms with India 311. So I left 3 months early and got to go to 29 Palms and deploy with these guys to Iraq. And I was telling the ex-wife, I was like, let me just go do my job. After that, I'll have some peace of mind and satisfaction knowing that I did what I was supposed to do when we all signed that dotted line. And we came back after the war, right after the invasion, And we weren't back stateside, but 4 months when we got orders to redeploy as a provisional rifle company to do stability and support operations.
Oh, wow.
So I extended for another 10 months to go that. My CEO came up to me and he's like, hey, man, you just came back from security forces. We're going back as a provisional rifle company. And, you know, so you've got experience doing motorcade operations and patrolling and all that stuff. So I agreed and I went back for another 10 months. After my deployment in 2004, I came back and I got out and looking for a job. I had actually worked with a couple U.S. Marshals in Iraq in 2004, and they told me how much money they were making. And I was like, well, you know, I'm going to get out, try to save my marriage. You know, I had 2 little ones at the time, so that seemed like the thing to do. I was like, well, I can work for the federal government. So I submitted an application to the U.S. Marshals, who at the time had this military recruiting program. I think it was called Shining Star or something. They would waive a college degree for military experience. And the director of the U.S. Marshals at the time was Ben Reina. He was the police chief in Brownsville, Texas, way back in the day. So I wrote him a letter and I was like, hey, I'm from Brownsville, Vatos Locos forever, right? And I was like, I'm a Marine. I want to, you know, join the U.S. Marshals. You got this program going on. And they responded, you know, hey, yeah, submit your application and everything. So I didn't EAS. I was home on terminal leave. I think I got home at the tail end of October or something. So I'm on terminal leave all through November and most of December. On December 20, I want to say like December 24th, 4 days before my actual hard EAS, I got a letter in the mail from the U.S. Marshal Service, and it says, we've canceled our military recruiting program. If you wish to continue your application with the Marshals, please apply via all regular channels, which meant I needed a college degree, and I didn't have one. So, you know, that went the way of the dodo, and I had 2 consecutive applications, one with Texas DPS and one with the Border Patrol. And at the time, I was working for an immigration facility in Bayview, Texas. So my applications with the DPS and with the U.S. Border Patrol were going pretty concurrently. And I wound up getting with Texas DPS first. I was in San Antonio signing all the paperwork to become a trooper, a state trooper, when DHS called me and they're like, hey, we'd like to, you know, offer you a conditional job offer. You can take Lordsburg, New Mexico, or Nogales, Arizona. And I didn't know shit all about either one of those locations. And I was like, hold on, give me a second. I put it on mute. And I was like, Lordsburg sounds all high and mighty, sounds like a bunch of assholes. And Nogales sounds like nalgonas. Nalgonas is a word in Spanish for big asses. I was like, I'll take nalgonas. And so I took that and I joined the Border Patrol and did that for many, many years. That's kind of me in a nutshell.
That's a lot of time in the dirt.
What's that?
I'm just thinking of
That's
the
a lot of time in the
desert
desert
down there.
Oh my God, I've done so much time in the desert. I always tell my family, you know, like, I'm tired of living in the desert. I want to not live in a desert. But the thing is, you know, and I'm retired now. I retired in February of 2024. I got a medical discharge. I tore my pec, and I just, you know, the surgeon did great. It didn't recover quite right. Everybody here is a Marine, right? We know that the hardships of doing what we do when you're active duty in the Corps. You know, and then almost a 20-year in the Border Patrol. Our bodies have been through rough rides. So my body didn't recover the way it was supposed to, and OPM granted me a medical retirement. But you know, I always said that, you know, the day that I retire, I'm going to move back to Texas, and Texas is probably the greatest state to live in as a veteran, right? No property taxes, tons of benefits, everything, and that's my home. That's my home state. But when I retired, by the time that I retired in 2024, this housing market, there you go, vaquero. By the time I retired in 24, the housing market had got so out of control. You know, a $130,000 house down in the valley would buy you a literal mansion. I mean, 5 bedrooms, 3-4 bathrooms, marble floors, pillars, you know, 2-3 acres. You would get a lot for your money down there. And by the time that I retired, that $139,000 house had jumped up to about $640. You know, and then the interest rates were just out of this world, 8%, you know, interest on the house. And this house that I'm in right now, I bought this house in 2019, refinanced in 2020. I have 2.25 interest in this house. You know, I mean, it's almost a 3,000 foot square house, 3-car garage. You know, I have shit for a yard, but I mean, I have a really nice house. Why would I move, sell this house, and buy something that is exponentially more expensive, putting myself in a worse spot? So here I am in Arizona until I can, you know, find a good time to buy property in a house in Texas. It's
or they call it the golden handcuffs now. That's kind of where we're at too.
Yeah, and then it didn't help that you know, I love Elon, I love all the stuff that he's doing, but he moved SpaceX down to Port Isabel, which is essentially Brownsville, and then all the Californians moved, were selling their 1-bedroom shanty for $1.2 million, and they were buying, you know, all the houses, you know, down in Texas cash outright. So I mean, what do the realtors do down there? You know, you got a bunch of people moving down there. Of course, they're going to hike up all the prices. So it was just really, really bad timing. But I am waiting for the day that I can move back home to Texas, be closer to family, and enjoy the benefits of rightfully so being a Texas veteran.
And you said you were from Brownsville, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a luxurious place, you know. It's not a luxurious place, but it's the place that I call home, you know. And,
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I guess it's like being from Detroit.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Put that respect in your mouth when you talk about Detroit.
Hey, I was born in Michigan. Okay, I was born in Lansing, Michigan. My parents were migrant workers, so I was just born there, and then we moved back down to Texas. But you know, I do have a little affiliation with Michigan.
Just a little bit. That's all good though. Do you see this comment? Did you fly on Express? Did you go to the island? Did you email Jeffrey? What in the heck is that all about?
Anybody? That's Epstein. It's bullshit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got nothing. I was like, I got nothing on that. I don't know what in the heck they're talking about.
You get hit by a bot.
That's spam. It's a bot. If you have the ability, I would just kick that person out of the chat or something.
Yeah, I don't have to show the comment. I mean, it'll show up on YouTube, but I don't have to show it on the thing. I just didn't know what the heck it was, so I clicked on it.
Do you have the ability to block stuff?
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, he gets crap like that. Just block it.
Yeah, but like I said, I had a really, really interesting career when I was in Europe. I got to do a lot of cool stuff. You know, I got to do these things called PIVAs. Anybody know what a PIVA is?
No, what's a PIVA?
A PIVA is a port integrated vulnerability assessment.
Oh,
and it was
cool.
typically a Navy team that would go and do these things, but they would fly a stick of Navy personnel and Marine personnel to these ports or to these different cities in Europe, and we would assess the vulnerability of their ports for U.S. assets, right? Either planes flying in or ships docking at their port. And I got to go to Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Sweden, Finland, and places. And we'd do probably about 4 hours of work. You know, we'd go tour the place. All the host nation officials would answer all our questions. You know, what's the depth, or how shallow does your, you know, is the water here? What's the response team for your SWAT in case anything goes down? We would write a report, send it off to DC, and we would spend anywhere between 2 and 3 days at each place. And it was awesome to be in Eastern Europe, and then to go to the Slavic countries. Nordic countries. Sweden, Finland was awesome, and I'm in my early 20s, right, or my mid 20s, and it was just a time to be alive, to be in these places. It was great.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, Mark's back. Let's see. He was having some connection.
There you go. 29 Palms. 29 Palms just crushes all those old dreams.
Hey, I've been there too, brother.
29
I've been there too.
Is the best place.
So who's done a CAX?
I've not done a CAX. I've been to 29 Palm Station out there, but I never had to do a CAX.
I've done many CAXs.
Who's done a double CAX?
I am definitely Pogue material over here.
Yeah. So
my count was 16. I have 16 CAXs. I counted them.
Wow.
Oh no, I don't have that many. I've got 3. I've got 3 in the books.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But one of those was a double CAX coming from Lejeune. My first battery was Echo Battery, 2nd Battalion, 10th Marines, and we went to 29 Palms to do a CAX. Well, because we're traveling so far, they want to get their money's worth. We would do a CAX and we'd get a 96 in between, and then we'd do another CAX, and then we went home.
Oh my god!
That's
What the fuck?
You get a
Oh,
96
man,
in
dude.
between in 29 Palms.
4 days
Man,
off.
they were very generous.
Yeah, for the Marine Corps, I thought that was pretty generous.
We did
you're
that.
right.
We'd go to Bridgeport for a month, then go to CAX. Same thing. We'd go to Bridgeport for a month, get 4 days off, and then finish off in CAX.
Mark, were you part of the crew that would walk back from CAX to Pendleton?
That was First Marines did that, and I remember they did that in '96, but no, I got there right after they finished that.
Did you guys ever hear about this in the 90s?
I heard about it, but I
did not.
First Marines would get done with the CAX, and they would hump back to Camp Pendleton from 29 Palms.
But
No
was that
way.
was that every
Talk
time they
about
did
cherry
a
on
thing, or was
top.
that just a one-time deal?
That's the
It
baton
was
death
a
march.
couple battalions.
Yeah.
So once one battalion did it, the battalion command had to outdo that commander. You know.
That's right.
I want to see those service-connected claims.
Yeah, no shit.
You just hand them
10%.
out.
10%.
Not service
That's all you
connected.
get.
No, but that was like the big running joke is like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're walking back. I'm like, to Camp Pendleton. Good luck. Don't die.
I
don't
would
know.
break
It was like
my
the
fucking
weirdest
leg.
shit.
I'd break my fucking
Yeah.
leg.
I would. I'm right
No
there
way.
with you. I think I'd break my
I'm
leg
not.
too.
See,
Especially
that's what I
after
never-
a CAX. I mean, come on.
That's what I never got. Like, we were like, I'm a grunt, hoorah. And then, like, my brother, who was like a legit pogue, they don't have his job anymore. He was a legal admin clerk, but he got to bang his wife every day. He got to go home for lunch every day. He got to go home every day. But what can I say? I'm 170 fucking pounds, malnourished, living in the field. What kind of dog shit is that? You know, like, of course we get the chest candy, the bits and pieces, but I wanted that pogue life. I didn't know shit. Like, when I went in, the guy's like, what do you want to do? I was like, bro, I just want to shoot bitches in the face. He goes, legally, I have to tell you what you qualify for. He goes, cook. I said, I'm not a woman. He goes, motor T. I go, I don't know what that is. And he goes, 03 open contract. I was like, that's the one. 6 months in, I was like, fuck, I should have picked motor T or cook. I fucked up, guys.
Motor
I fucked
T.
up, you know? Yeah.
So,
Hey, if you would've
16
picked
CAXs
cook,
is
you'd have
not the
been
same as your
doing,
guys'
LAVs.
CAXs, by the way. So, 16 CAXs is not your guys' motor, like CAX. It was like going to the field for us. So, when you guys would come out there and live at like Camp Wilson, we went back to the barracks. We lived there. We had our own ramp. We had all our own
So you
stuff.
drove back
it's
every
not
day?
the same. When we were in the field, but we're in the field all the time.
Oh no, we didn't
It was-
live at Camp Wilson. We lived in the desert
I know.
away from Camp Wilson was our reprieve. You
Camp
could play
Wilson
the
was the
Warriors
best.
Club and get a Gatorade and some nacho cheese fries, and that was the fucking greatest thing ever.
I know.
Warrior Club.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
No.
You were Bedouin.
No, I'm
people out
saying
in
for
the
us,
middle
it
of the
was just
desert.
different for us when we did our CAXs. So when I say 16 CAXs, that's 16 29 Palms CAXs. But it was, I figured out. We got a little logbook downstairs. I added them all up. I'm like, that's about 16.
Good.
Did you read all the coloring books? Did you read all the coloring books in your house that you decided to go back and remember all that stuff?
I got the little green books, and I had to keep a running tally of them.
Oh my god, bro!
So every time I went out, I was a vehicle commander for a long time. So
oh no
I
shit,
had my
okay.
weapon serial numbers. I had my site count stuff. Every time I went out, I'd have a green book and I'd log it all in, and I kind of put like a note on top what it was.
Yeah, like draw a big dick on there for like number 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
makes
No,
sense.
it's like I came back
That's
with
just
all
me,
my
I guess.
shit.
That's just you.
No, but I had like blood types and all the things I had to make for my crew, and I had a running tally. I just kept in my green books in case I needed to pop medevacs off.
You remember that?
because
Yeah. Remember you? I tell you, I remember when I was a squad leader, I had everybody's social security numbers memorized.
Yeah.
Kill count.
Because you're always doing it. You're always doing it by hand.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Well,
point.
out
though.
there, you call them cherry pickers, you know. But no,
Yep.
they changed the name from like CAX to Mojave Viper. We called it Mojave Vagina, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever we wanted to call it.
No,
But yeah, serious.
Wow.
So
Serious.
my wife was range control on 29 Palms at Bear Mat. So when we started talking about
Bear
Yeah.
mat. Yeah.
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 You told a good story the last podcast, if I'm not mistaken, about your wife shutting down the whole base, basically.
Yeah. She was sending out, there's a 311 in 98. Had a
that was you.
Well, I was with 311. I wasn't 90 what?
No, 98.
That wasn't me.
So they had a
convenient.
They had a blue on blue, and a guy popped up in front of a kid with a rifle. He went right through his flak, and he dropped. And they had to pop a medevac off from main side. It was a 53. In the 400 series, would refuse to go cold because they could fly around. And she's like, "Fuck you." She just check fired the whole base. It's like, no, they're going right over you. So
you just got like all the sad stories like right there, right in your book.
I got some happy ones too. Yeah,
he'll shift on a dime, man. He's like,
all right, let's go. A funny one. All right, here's a funny one. Funny CAX story.
Oh,
we had a double CAX with the Royal Marines, and those guys come in on another level.
Yeah.
So we got sent from 7th Marines to babysit the Royals, and the Royals would take their Land Cruisers down to Yucca Valley, to Palm Springs, get like white girl wasted, and try and drive those fuckers on the wrong side of the road back up the hill to base.
God,
that was me.
And then in a Land Rover with a gun mount on top. No, it wasn't.
No, just drunk opposite lane going uphill.
3-4. All right, so we had sent to babysit the Royal Marines, and they're trying to fight all the cops down in Palm Springs. We're all retired sergeant majors that we knew,
of course.
So they're like, "Come get your boys. They're drunk." And they're like, "Of course they are." So we'd have to try and drive a right-hand drive Land Cruiser up the side of the hill with shifting with your left, which I know it's not for everybody. And watching those things try not to go over the side of the mountain all the time was just, they're like, we might get it back, we might not. We're not sure.
Yeah.
And then the Dutch Marines were out there for our CAX too, and those guys are, I don't know if you ever worked with Dutch Marines. They are on another level, and they're all like 6'10".
That's
they're
why
like 6'10" with like elves.
Douche.
They're 6'10" like elves with like they will run like straight out for across the desert. And like I don't know if he's coming back. And then he comes back and like, "It is clear up to this point. We shall proceed." And they have like zero chill whatsoever.
Expendables.
And everything is
Jesus.
Yes. But then we watch the Royal Marines like a free gun over their heads on 400 because this Lance Corporal machine gunner had been a machine gunner for 11 years on that same gun.
Well, that's what was interesting about those Brits is like you could be a corporal, but like technically you're a sergeant major. You know, like I spent a lot of time with them during my many travels and training and all that bullshit. And one guy was like, "Bro, if you want to be a PFC, like you have to go to like their equivalent to a infantry squad leader's course." And I was like, "What the fuck?" They go, "Yeah, they take you on a truck, make you do these death runs uphill until you break. Then they put you in the truck, kick you out, and make you do it again." And I was like, "Why?" And like, "That's just what they do, mate." And I was like, "Well, that's gay."
Man, of course.
And they're like, "I know, right?" And I was like, "That reminds me of machine gun leaders course. Let's just carry all the bullshit from the armory and your SL3 Gil up this fucking mountain. And then when you get back to your command,
Hey, just so you know, the guy that came up with that whole plan for the squad leaders
was it
course,
fucking Jess?
No, it was Mark. Mark came up with the whole thing. Him and Chesty Fuller.
How did I get pinned with this bullshit?
There you go, man. There you go, brother.
Yeah, Mark and Chesty.
Take out your frustrations.
Back in the day.
You can thank him for it.
Yeah. So I never learned anything. I'd get back, skinnier.
So,
like, "What'd you learn?" I'm like, "If you carry everything uphill, it sucks and your back snaps. But if it breaks, you're a pussy." And they're like, "That's good to go." And you're like, 100, 250. I don't fucking know what I learned. I just learned to spit on that bitch.
So here's a 3-4 story. Here's a 3-4 story to kind of levitate this bit back.
But could you do it all blindfolded though?
Yeah.
Say it again, Mark.
So when 3-4 moved,
you had to do it all blindfolded also.
Oh yeah,
upside down.
Yeah, upside down. Yeah, on your hands up the hill. Nice.
So in the 90s, before 3-4 moved out to 29 Palms, they were like Camp Pendleton, like Margarita or some shit like that, right?
San
When
Mateo.
they moved, they picked up the. No, I was down in like one of the
It was
M's.
San Mateo.
I
was there.
Okay,
Mark knows he was with him.
Aye, sir.
You probably
Aye,
signed the
sir.
fucking order.
I was
He's a
3-9,
They moved-
part of 7th Marines in San
They
Mateo.
picked up the entire battalion and dropped it in 29 Palms. And there was like an exodus of people like leaving again. And I was like, I'm not going to 29 Palms. Fuck you. Transfer me somewhere else. And they dropped them in and nothing was ready for them because the barracks weren't ready. There was like all the CPs. It was on a rotation. It was bad because we were used to having 4 battalions of infantry on 29 Palms. And then the Lance Corporal showed up straight out of School of Infantry. And these kids were like out of control because there's like a weird gap in like leadership. And this kid from like Lima 3-4 bought a limo, like a used limo.
He bought
and
one.
He slapped like all
I've
the
heard
battalion
this
shit
story.
on it. I know it. I saw it. This thing is like an abomination. They load 20 guys in this fucking thing and go down to Palm Springs. And maybe it had brakes, maybe it didn't. They were never really sure. That was like it was like a loser cruiser on roids, man. And like there's 20 of these dipshits in the back. There's like just packed in there like an Amtrak. And I'm like, what are these guys doing?
Devil dog, and
that
that's
was like
what they're doing.
Dude,
3-4.
that was a good way of saying that. I like that. Devil dog.
Hoorah.
Quarters.
They're just devil dogging,
I'm going
bro.
to use
That's what
that
they're doing.
like it is cool.
Please do.
Devil dogging.
Please do.
Yeah. Devil
Hey, in
dog.
the 80s, we E-clubbed hop by bus from infantry camp to infantry camp.
That's a good idea.
awesome.
That's
Wow.
a good idea.
A short
We were
bus.
just
Why
talking
didn't that
about
carry
E-clubs,
over?
weren't we, Antonio?
Man.
What's up?
I said we were just talking about E-clubs. We were somewhere. We were at a bar and being veterans, right? Where the days of taking your cover off when you go indoors is gone by the wayside. And we were at a bar and somebody had their cover on. I was like, back in the old day, you would owe the entire bar a drink if you walked into E-club with your cover on.
Damn
There's
straight.
so many
Damn
bag up
straight,
rules, man.
Or set it on the bar.
Set it on the bar. That's right.
So we're all old enough to remember the fucking Delmar E-Club where they jammed in 3 different types of music, and that was like the most hilarious thing ever. It was like house music, country music, and rock.
Yep.
And there's always, and the bar was like in between all 3 of them. It was like Fight Club all the time.
Dude, that's why we're
like
so culturally diverse, right? I mean, Marines of the 80s and 90s, and I would even say maybe the early 2000s, can fit in just about anywhere, right? And that's a perfect example. Fucking E-Club playing country, a country song, and then they'd go to like hip hop, and then they go to like metal or alternative rock, and then rinse and repeat all night. You just don't know where to go.
Well, it's like
it was Fight.
Mark.
We started Fight Night. That's where it ended up.
And the government subsidized the club, so they didn't have to make a profit. So beer was cheap. They served food.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, it was great.
Drinking age was
that's like
18
the
on
barracks.
base.
That's like the barracks. Like the first floor is rock.
Oh,
the second
yeah.
floor is country.
Oh, Jesus.
The third floor is hip hop.
The barracks
so,
was
like,
hilarious.
You get a Korean kid who was born in LA with a Southern Bubba from Macon, Georgia, with the guy from like Brooklyn, New York, with the dude from fucking Wyoming. You talk about a playlist on shuffle, but they all get along. You know what I'm saying? Like, we adopted.
Not only did they get along, they enjoyed each other's music and would just have a ball with it. They would just get down with it, no matter what it was.
After the fights, right? My first unit, Echo 210, which is the Camp Lejeune. You guys know who Shaggy is? You guys remember Shaggy? Mr. Boombastic, right?
He was a Marine.
So, Shaggy was in Fox Battery. And he lived so I lived in HP 510, which is the barracks in Lejeune. And Shaggy lived in HP 511 or 509, whatever the barracks was behind us. And I didn't get there when Shaggy was there. He had got out like a year before or something like that. But the remnants of Shaggy was still there, right? He had made it already. And, everybody was like, oh, Shaggy. So they would play a bunch of hip hop. And when I got to HP 510, my first unit in Lejeune, brown skin and everything, all the Latinos, they took me in right away because we know that the Marine Corps was very cliquish, right? Back in the day, there's no racism going on, but it was very cliquish, right? All the Latinos would get together, all the blacks would get together, the Asians would find their way between, the Hispanics, the blacks, or the white kids. And, so HP 509 was playing nothing but hip hop on Friday after formation. And HP 510 was playing pura raza music, right? Ranchera, banda, and lowrider music. And they turn it up a little bit, and I was like, man, that's just too loud. Hey, turn it up. So we turned it up a little bit. They turned up, and before you know it, I mean, it's just 2 cultures of music too loud to hear anything until 30 of us would just come between the barracks and hash it out. And whoever won got to play their music for the rest of the night. And it was awesome.
But that's a good way to settle it, in my opinion. You know,
Yeah.
you,
With
one,
the
you
race
let
war,
out
you're
that
absolutely
testosterone, that macho man thing. You let them get it out, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good time. Shifting gears a little bit because we're talking about 29 Palms and stuff. I wanted to talk about nicknames. I don't know if you guys ever read into like really cool nicknames to give Marines because of their last name. The coolest one that I thought it was pretty funny. We had this guy check in before I got to 29 Palms. His last name was Villaseñor, and they couldn't. There's lots of people that couldn't pronounce it, so they started calling him VCR. Right, there was a V and a C and a R somewhere in there. They started calling him VCR. Right. Well, when I got there was a new Marine that checked in, and this guy's last name was also Villaseñor, and they were like, "Fuck, we already have a VCR. Like, what are we gonna call this guy? Because we can't pronounce his name." And somebody was like, "Call him DVD," because it was the upgrade to VCR. And so we called them DVD. And to this day, it was so funny because I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, this guy, he's doing awesome, by the way. He's doing really, really well for himself. He was here in Tucson, which is only about 30 minutes north of me, doing something. And he posted on Facebook that he was in Tucson. I was like, DVD, like, hey, man, I'm just south of you. Like, come by and hang out. And he did. I hadn't seen this dude in like 18 years or something.
Wow.
But he came by, we hung out in my garage, and we had beers. And he was like, you know, it's funny because nobody calls me DVD anymore except, you know, like the old schoolers. And so that was funny, right? We had Villaseñor, who was VCR, the new Villaseñor, who was DVD. And then we had this other guy. He was from Laos, and his last name was Provong Viencam. And nobody could pronounce it, but I mean, it was a fucking alphabet of letters in his name. And they're like, well, what are we going to call this guy? Because we're definitely not going to call him Provong Viencam. And they were like, well, there's a P and there's a G. And I don't know, there's 13 letters in there. So his nickname was PG-13. Like that.
Oh, that's good.
That's what they call him.
That's good, man.
PG-13. But I'm interested, like Marines from other units. Did you guys have any cool nicknames?
We had a guy named Melenciano Jimenez, if I'm not mistaken, was his name. 13 letters. Or I'm sorry, 16 letters. M16. That's what we called him.
Okay. I thought you were going to say MS-13.
Oh, no. M16. Sorry, it was 16 letters. Yeah.
No, we had an assistant OPSO his first name was Sutsana Sabanarath Oncom. His last name was Oncom. Sutsana Sabanarath was his first name, so we call him Soup and Sandwiches because nobody could fucking pronounce it. And yet we had to fucking put his whole name on shit because it was like signatures and shit for assistant OPSO. Sutsana Sabanarath, and I was like, "What the fuck did you just?" I don't know. You just
Soup and Sandwiches.
It was like he was trying to like summon a devil or something. It was like, I don't know what spell you just cast. But this is
you say his name and shit starts floating like a Harry Potter spell. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. And what sucks is you can't change your nickname. Like once somebody gives it to you and one more person jumps on, like that's it.
No, for sure. Yeah. No, we had a guy. It's not that cool, but this guy's like a straight up Cuban refugee. Like one arm was longer than the other. His name was Casabelli Cisneros. Nobody could say Casabelli Cisneros, so they just called him Casa. And he had that real thick Cuban accent. He'd be like, you motherfuckers, you can't even speak English or say my name. We're like, motherfucker, you're not America. You're not English, and you can't speak it. You know what I'm saying? So we do what we do. We butcher the fuck out of your name. We colonize you. We had a guy named De Leon. Well, he was really short. And they started calling him Del Taco. And then they're like, well, we need to give him another nickname. So we'll just call him Taco. And then when he showed up to me, I go, who the fuck are you? He goes, my name is De Leon. And I was like, I don't give a shit, bitch. He goes, well, they call me Del Taco or Taco. And I was like, I don't fucking care if they call you Midnight Taco. And then, of course, that's what stuck. So
Midnight Taco.
All these years go by. It means vagina. All these years that go by, I get a picture. It's in my phone, and it's of Midnight Taco, his wife, and his kid. But it says Papa Taco, Mama Taco, Little Taco.
Oh,
and then
no.
Of course, he's got to hit me right in the panza, which is stomach for none of you bilinguals.
Thank
and
you.
he's like, to Sergeant Espino. My wife says thank you because we would have never been a family. And I'm just like, you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, like, of course, the dumbest guy, we call him Turbo, you know, because he's not smart. He's not sharp. I worked with the guy from Georgia. His name was Ibsen, but I called him The Rock. And I was like, come here, shithead. I met him during security forces. I was like, I'm going to call you The Rock. Do you know who that is? He's like, oh, yes, Corporal. Yes, Corporal. Because I think at the time I was a corporal again, but that's another story. I says, hey, dude, I'm going to call you The Rock. Do you know who The Rock is? He goes, yes, Corporal. I go, do you know why? He's like, because I'm in shape. I was like, no, because you're fucking stupid, just like a fucking rock. I was like, now get the fuck out of my face. So everybody who, like, you know, little Johnny comes home, he's wearing his dress blues. He's like, yeah, baby, they call me The Rock. Like, no, it's because you're stupid like a rock. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'm sure I'll get like an epiphany when I go to bed here in the next couple hours. But like, you know, the TBI really fucks with the mind when you're trying to tell a story. But, you know, we had a Cambodian as my number 2 when I was on teams, and his name was Ditchabat Uch. And we're like, nobody can say that shit. So we just called him Tech or Tech 9. But the dude was cool as shit. Yeah, and he was from Oakland, California. And he was the kind of guy that was like, what part of Oakland, what street? And you're like, bro, you're fucking Cambodian. Like, go do math, you know, like open up a fucking, you know, Mama San shop, sell some noodles, like tone it down. But dude was a bro. Love the guy to death. Tech, if you're out there, I love you, baby. And get at me, bro. I miss you.
Dude, in Rota, we had a guy, Vietnamese kid, and his name was Nguyen. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Nguyen?
Nguyen. Nguyen.
Yeah, Nguyen. You know what I'm talking about?
Nguyen.
Yeah, Nguyen.
Nguyen.
Yeah, Nguyen.
And that caused issues, right? We weren't gonna say Nguyen, and so we just started calling the guy Charlie, and it took called this guy Charlie for 3 years. And when I left the Corps and I went to the Border Patrol, I got to the Border Patrol Academy in Artesia, New Mexico, and we had another kid, and his last name was Panganiban, a Vietnamese kid. And I was like, I don't care. You're Charlie from now on. And so many people took offense to that because it's not military, right? They're civilians. I mean, these dudes were coming from working at like Payless Shoes or college kids or whatever. And so, some of them took offense to it. But I had enough veterans in my platoon joining the Border Patrol, right? Because that's what Marines do. We get out, we join the Border Patrol and deport Mexicans. But, I was like, hey, your name's Charlie from now on. And it didn't take for a couple of days, but before you know it, man, like his name was Charlie for the 6 months that we were at the academy. It was hilarious.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I'm going to tell you one. It's going to be offensive as fuck, but we're on that line anyway. I played rugby in 29 Palms with the Rats. And we had guys from all over base, and there was no ranks. That was like one of the crazy parts. So captains, warrants, sergeants, POCs, corporals, it didn't matter. There's this guy from 3-7, and I'm like, so what's your name? It's like, and he was an Asian guy. It's like, just call me Super Gook, man. And I'm like, what the fuck did you say to me? He was like, 6 foot jack. And I was like, I don't even know if I could say that out loud. He was like, no, that's my call sign. Go with it. And I'm like, hell yeah. Okay. I'm like, I'm gonna go with this, I guess. But watching him he ran over a guy so hard at UNLV, I thought he put him in the hospital. I thought he was dead. He just gave him what's called a Shiva. Because we all know Jeff Nagel, all the rugby players in the Marine Corps. Jeff had this thing where he'd tape his left arm into like this club, and he played fullback at Boston University, and he would put the palm of his meat hook, his just ham, right in the sternum, and the guy would just shiver because it would stop his heart. So he taught that to this guy, and I was like, I think he killed him. I was like, but
Jess, what kind of Asian was that dude?
The kind I didn't want to fuck with.
No, I know, but you're saying he was.
I have no idea, dude. Wow. We never asked because it was just like that's what we're calling call signs is like SG. I mean, then we had all sorts of, but yeah, we just got to be real careful where we're at. But it was the 90s. It was wild. But But I had
Super
company
Goo could be
gunny.
hard to say, man. I'd probably start calling him SG1 or Stargate or something.
Before Stargate came out. We had a company gunny in LAR who was the funniest guy I've ever met. We had a guy named Castaneda. He was like a 13th Street something, but he listened to like punk music and watched like Clockwork Orange. Super confusing guy. Rancid, all that. And then
my God.
we had a conscious objector who didn't want to carry a rifle anymore because he found Jesus out in Yucca Valley. Jesus, I'm not sure. Anyway, they call him the Reverend. So they put him together in the same room. And watching those two was hilarious. It was like we would pull up chairs in the sand on the 1460 barracks and just watch these two fight all the time. Because they were just like, they couldn't agree on music. They couldn't agree on decor. Everything was offensive to Denton. Everything was pissing Castaneda off. And those two would just go off on each other. It was hilarious.
So you brought up pastor. So like I requested orders to go straight back to the fleet, straight back to a deploying unit. I called the monitor and said I was going to blow my fucking brains out. So that's how I got to, keep deploying and stuff. So anyways, left security forces, went to that. And then I was like, hey, shit me the fucking weapons, shit me company weapons right now. So, 3-4, everybody thinks they're the shit out there, 29 Palms. They all think they're fucking awesome. I'm purposely wearing my Chucks that way they know who I am, let them know that Papa's here. So anyways, the machine gunners show up. And of course, they got some muscle on him. And then there's always that one crackhead skinny fucking guy, but he's in shape. And then the mortarmen come out and they're all nice and fat. The assaultman guys come out and they just look like the fucking back end of a Spencer's or Hot Topic. I'm talking dildos, piercings, all kinds of weird shit. Well, anyways, there's this fat guy. He's so fucking like fat and pudgy. His name is T. Just a fat motherfucker. Always red, and it's 29 Palms. So this guy is pink inside with air conditioning. And anyways, we're just chopping it up. We go do our thing on the deployment. I tell him to do something. He does it. We get back to the stateside, and they're like, oh, hey, Sergeant. I think I'm a sergeant again at this point. That's another story. But so anyways, they're like, bro, the chaplain's coming. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm Roman Catholic. He ain't shit. That's the way I was raised. If you're not Catholic, you're burning in hell, So anyways, they're like, no, Teague and the chaps, they always go at it. And I'm like, I'll bite. Why? And they're like, just wait. And the next thing you know, the chaplains, they all have that like dumb PFC doe-eyed false hope. They're like, hi guys, how you doing? Like I'll talk to the man and see if we can get off work early. Well, anyways, he says something, and then Teague right off the bat, boom, throws scripture at him. And the chaplain's like, be neighborly. And Teague's like, no, boom, throws another scripture at him. And everybody's like, what's going on? And the chaplain's like, everybody loves Jesus. And Teague's like, boom, and hits him with another scripture. And he's like, I'm not even going to go there. And then the chaplain storms off. And I'm like, Teague, where the fuck are you from? How does your fat ass know all this stuff? And he looks at me, and like I said, this is how he looked. A fat guy. He even had the bangs like an Edgar, but he's a white guy, looked like a fat friar, if you ask me. He goes, Sergeant, I have a bachelor's in theology. And I looked at my boy Tech. I go, what the fuck is theology? And then he goes, he's a pastor. And I looked at him. I go, you're a fucking pastor? And he goes, well, I was. He goes, I left my church to join the war. And like, I just have a flashback to him firing a fucking small rocket like 550 meters into a room, smoke checking absolutely everybody. And we're all high-fiving. And he's so fat and nasty, his Kevlar's like this. And he's like, high five, high five. And I'm like, bro, I go, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you get back to the States? And he's like, well, he goes, I'm going to go back to my church and be a pastor. And I was like, I have got to go to this guy's fucking church. There is no way this fat, pudgy bastard is going to be telling people in the Bible Belt to praise Jesus himself if he's stacking fucking bodies in the can. Just blew my mind because we don't know where anybody comes from, what they did, what they're doing, or anything, bro. But I will never forget this man had scripture like this. And nobody likes being like having the book thrown at them. Because there's knowing your shit, and then there's knowing your shit. And the chaplain just looked like a fucking idiot anytime he came around because of Teague. And it just blew my mind. I was like, I gotta find. Hopefully, it's like one of those revivals where they're like, "Hallelujah," raising snakes and shit. Whatever white people do out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope it is live. I hope this shit is lit. I hope they're fucking like having like tongues, like you know what I'm saying? But like, you just
maybe he'll start his own religion.
Oh, bro, yeah, man, and drink the punch, drink the punch, bro. But
I
mean, like,
that's
well, hey, man, everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's got their own thing, man. That's my
passion. There is a really cool show on Netflix about serpents and out in West Virginia, I think is where it was, where they the religion, and they were, I don't know, they play with the snakes or pray with the snakes.
Yeah, what
or
the
whatever.
fuck? Yeah,
I can't remember what it is. Anyway, I think it was a Netflix show, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or HBO.
If there's a religion raising snakes, I hope that Selma Hayek is the goddess.
Yeah.
You guys remember Dusk Till Dawn?
No. Yeah.
Concur.
You got to think. You're Quentin Tarantino. You're writing, directing, and starring, and you cast Selma Hayek. You're sucking on those toes.
Well, I would too. Who wouldn't? Like, yeah, that seems like the thing to do.
Yeah, right? I would create a spin-off of just that scene. Like.
Yeah. Fucking Mike turned his camera off. I was watching a Fireside Chat you guys did the other day, and you guys had like a 5-minute discussion on Mike's goatee. And I gotta say, it's on point, man. His goatee is on point.
He's ironing it right now.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what he's doing. He's got to take a goatee ironing break.
He's I bet you anything, he's doing what several of us have already done, and that's make a head call in between, because my bladder's not getting any younger, and it's getting older. And the medication that I'm on makes me have to go even more. So there's that.
Nice.
Viagra?
Nice. Cineprol.
Oh, I mean, yes, I do use Viagra. I do. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, man.
I'm
really trying to hold back, but I got some questions.
Yeah, hey, I got answers.
It's cheaper. I keep getting spammed on Facebook for hymns.
No, man, the VA, man. Hey, VA provides that stuff, man. You just go in and talk to them
for free. They do. Yeah.
I'm coming from the VA tonight, and if you get a chance, the acupuncture in the ears.
Oh yeah,
you get a chance. Highly
that does work.
Wait.
That does work, and they stopped giving it to me.
Ears?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. So
there's tell him, Jest.
It's called NADA, NADA, and it basically resets everything. It's like a pressure gauge, and
it's just needles and pressure points or whatever in the ear, which kind of helps, I guess, reset everything. Is that what it does?
Yeah. It basically.
And the VA is starting to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started getting that when I was on active duty, when I was at Wounded Warrior, and they would of course it was an Asian doctor. He would hit certain points in my ear, and I would get 9 points, and it's 24 karat gold, 9 points in the ear. And it was migraines, digest, all kinds of weird shit, man. And the guy's over 3,000 years of Chinese medicine, and they dialed this shit in, and it was so great. So when I went back to the fleet, they're like, go fuck yourself. Take that shit out of your ear. It's not real. It's witchcraft. It's voodoo. Take the fucking pills. You know what I'm saying? So, but
within 2 minutes,
acupuncture, cupping, chiropractic work. I when I retired, I had 23 different pills, 3 different lotions, three different eye patches, lidocaine lotions, eye drops, ear drops, the whole shebang. And of course, I was taking the pills. But over time,
when did you retire?
Hey, like I said in my introduction, Antonio is a combat veteran extraordinaire. Has been blown up several times. No Purple Heart.
Who?
Yeah,
Antonio.
Yeah.
So
okay, Antonio, you got to come on and tell your actual story sometime, so I can hear all this and everybody else can hear it. Because I got to be honest, what I've heard so far, I'm intrigued.
This is the filter, bro. This is the filter. I don't know how far I can go with this, bro. Statute
on that one, you can go as far as you want because it's your story. You can tell it and say it how you want. On this one, we got to kind of, just take it all off, man.
Yeah. Man. I really love this jam session, Joe. Thanks for the invite, AJ. You were in Texas, right? I think I seen your booth, but I was like doing the PDD thing and doing some other shit, so I didn't get to really. I was getting hazed. I wasn't getting to do anything like cool.
Oh no, you were.
Talk to
and
anybody.
It was fantastic. Sitting from the side and watching that, I was cracking up, man. It was fantastic. I was loving every minute of it.
It's a good time. You know, we do it at the pound level. Everybody's in the league, right?
Not everybody, but most everybody. Yeah.
We're gonna sign you guys up. No, but so there's different levels, bro. And I got Joe a bowl, a dog bowl, and of course I got it like special for him, and they wrote it wrong, but it's whatever. Well, so I present Joe this dog bowl, and I think he's gonna use it as like a collection plate. Well, no, he gets this big ass beer. I don't know how much beer he puts in the fucking thing. We're initiating another guy. He goes drink, and I'm reserving the rights and not saying the names to protect those who names have been altered in faces. So, anyways, Joe takes it from the guy who's trying to drink it like this and puts it on the floor, and I'm like, oh, it's a hate crime. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is drinking Michelob Ultra on all fours in this fucking Marine bar right now. I'm sweating for Joe. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, but the guy was a trooper. He was a sport about it. But if there was, he's a great guy. He's a great sport. No, but if Marines have shenaniganed once, they will shenanigan again. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a true statement. Yeah,
it's
no lie there.
My APU shut off. Let me turn this shit back on.
All right, AJ. I don't know how long you run these things, but we're an hour. 50 minutes.
Oh man, we're getting close to the 2 hour mark.
No, that's good night.
You know what?
I appreciate this, guys.
I've got to say I have a blast. And Joe, something about you, man. You and Antonio, you guys need to come back, because we have had in between 12 and about 18 listeners regularly the entire night, and we don't normally have that many. So whatever you did, thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, I've been pushing it out. I catch all the. I don't get to catch them live all the time, but I always go back and I watch them. And there's always good conversation, even with the ones that you had at the veterans home. You did one, I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, and the guy reminded me of a South Park episode with the guy that was in Vietnam with the microphone in his throat. And he's like, I was stationed in Da Nang, right? And even that was interesting. Sometimes it's a little slow, but it's like you have to watch the whole thing to truly understand where somebody comes from, because there's a lot of questions, and you do a good job of answering of asking these questions that will elicit a response from them that doesn't normally come from another normal human being. You were saying that the nurses were saying like, wow, we didn't even know this about this person until they started talking to you. We listened to the interview, and that's such a good thing. The older a veteran gets, I've seen in a lot of cases, family dies, they go away, they don't want to associate, whatever it is. And there are several veterans out there that are truly, truly alone. And it's
absolutely,
it's sad to see. And it's good to know that you're out there trying to record all these veteran stories so that you have them on archive, because we don't know how much longer truly we're going to have our Vietnam veterans. And that's a big thing that we go back and forth with all the time in the Marine Corps League, right? If I can switch gears and put my Marine Corps League hat on.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a big thing that we're facing in the Marine Corps League. Our Vietnam veterans are dying every day. I'm going to be perfectly honest and blunt here and not sugarcoat anything. We're losing Vietnam veterans left and right. So it's good that you are recording as many stories as you can. And I try to listen to as many veterans, Vietnam era vets, as I can, because for many, many years they have gone unheard.
Absolutely.
And, maybe they had these really cool stories back in the day, but they haven't shared them in so long that you're capturing them. And that's really, really neat. And I also enjoy these fireside chats, because you guys just get on here and shoot the shit, like whatever is at top of mind. And when I started seeing these, I was like, you know what? I bet Antonio and I could go on there and spice it up a little bit, So it's
you most definitely spiced it up, man. Yeah.
Is it because we're Hispanic? Is that a racist joke?
I mean, I wasn't going there, but it does fit. It fits the what I was saying. I wasn't trying to say it, but
bro. Yeah. That's
And
why
I like
it's
spice.
Nostalgia.
I like
nostalgia
spice
for sure, bro. Yeah.
Well, just
buddy.
for the record, Antonio is Spanish. I'm Mexican.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
And
okay. Well, there is a difference there.
There is
Yeah.
a major difference. I'm talking a whole ocean in a whole separate country. And you know what people don't understand is they think Border Patrol and they're like Mexican. That's like a little over 2,000 miles of border, but they don't think of the northern border. There's more non-Mexican coming
snow
into
Mexicans.
this country.
Yeah,
Snow
you're talking about
Mexicans,
snow
thank you.
Mexicans, yeah.
But there's 23 different Latin-speaking countries on this planet. So when someone's like, "Hey, go talk some Mexican," I'm like, "Well, then get a Mexican, dude. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. I don't know what he's saying." So,
Well,
but like, being, you know,
I mean, it is
Texas,
different though. You're talking Spanish versus, you know, each dialect or whatever is a little bit different, right?
We eat different, we smell different, we fuck different. I mean, we can all dance.
I mean, I don't know about
we
all
all drink,
but
you know what I'm saying? Hey, you could learn, buddy.
I'm taking your word for it.
When you say snow Mexicans, that's what we call Canadians up here, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, Canadians are snow Mexicans.
Yeah, so
snow Mexicans.
What's the Spanish bullshit?
Oh no, I was just saying you guys might look at Antonio and think that he's Mexican. He's not. He's Spanish.
Yeah, he's Spanish for sure.
His bloodline is from Spain, España.
That's true. I actually had a mortar section that I was in charge of. I had 2 guys from Honduras. One guy, his name was Guadalajara, and we just called him Jara for short. He was from South America, and then we had some Mexicans in there. We were actually doing a CAX, and I called the whole gun line in Spanish. That way, when I was calling for fire, they knew I was talking to them. So, you know, the BC came down, and he's like, "I'm here," you know, like Monty Python riding in, you know, with the sergeant major.
Did he have the guy behind him? Clack, 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 clack.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the horse heads and the stick.
Yeah, well, they came right up to us, and the BC's like, "Where'd you learn to talk Mexican, son?" And I was like, "Texas, sir." And he goes, "So how did you know that they were gonna know what to do?" And I was like, "Well, we speak Spanish, and with the traffic being so jumbled up, I go kind of like the code talkers. I was like, they know who's talking to them." And he's like, "That's good shit." He goes off, and the sergeant major walks up to me. He's about tit high to me, smacks me on the arm, and he tells me there ain't no Mexican talk in uniform, and you could only talk in Arabic. The guy doesn't take one step away. The shortest Mexican's like, "Hijo de su pinche madre," and I was like, "That means have a good day, sir." And he's like, "You too.
Have a good day."
Yeah, but that whole mortar section, it was all brown. It was hilarious, man. And like the machine gun section was white power. It was all white dudes. Like the mortarmen, it was just fat guys, you know. So if you were fat, you were a mortarman. But that was the demographic. Yeah. I knew what you're gonna say. I think I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So what did you guys say about Bang Guys?
What?
Yeah.
Well, Bang Bus?
What did you say about Bang Guys?
Band guys.
Never
What
saw
did you say
Shit about us.
Oh, I
That's
thought you
why
said
our
Bang
call
Bus,
sign
sorry.
in Iraq was TFB, the fucking band.
Yeah, that was our call sign.
That's all I ever got was the fucking band. So what do you guys have to talk about Bang Guys?
Nothing.
Nobody talks about the band but the band, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Yeah.
Dude,
Mike, you missed
just
the
at a
whole thing. We were
graduation.
just complimenting your goatee earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
I listened to everything you had to say. I heard you. I know.
Right.
I'm waiting
They
for
said you were
to
out
flip.
ironing your goatee though. It does look straighter, man.
It does.
Were you actually?
It's tight. If I could grow a
You know what I
goatee,
use?
that's what I want to look like.
You know what I use is the there's a brush that like gets hot or whatever, like an iron, and it
you
straightens
can
your
smooth
hair.
it out. Do
What
all
is it?
that.
Straightening brush.
Well,
I
the
don't know
blacks
what it
call
is.
it a hot comb. That's for the really nappy hair. But I bought a beard straightener back when my beard was really long.
Yeah.
And I would use that. I don't know if you use, Mike. Do you use a beard brush?
No.
It wouldn't do you
It
any
looks good though,
Your
right?
goatee is sexy as shit. So you probably don't need it. But the rest of us retards who grow crooked beards, we need.
No, I need it
a
because I
beard.
wake up in the morning and it's like this.
Well, just don't get in between those thighs so much. Well, never mind. Keep doing that.
Or keep doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, all
if
the
I grow a
morning guys,
beard-
retards and all this and that shit. I was just curious. What do you? I mean, you guys are all. You know what? That's why I said we were TFB, the fucking band in Iraq. That's all we ever got called. So that's when we made our call sign was TFB.
That's
What,
funny.
what does TFB stand for?
The fucking band.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking band.
What instrument did you guys play?
Well, I was a drummer. I would say percussionist, but we're stretching the limits on that. So I played drums. I played bass drum, snare drum. I could play some cymbals. I could play the other stuff, but not very well.
In ROTC, in Marine ROTC, we were one, I think, of 3 J ROTCs in the country that had a drum and bugle corps. And,
are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. So Brownsville, Texas, James Space High School had a drum and bugle corps for their JROTC program, and I was in it, and I can't fucking read sheet music or paper. The instructor for the drum bugle corps, his name was First Sergeant Bond. He was a chosen Frozen vet, and he also could not read music. He was just told, "Hey, you're going to lead the DMB," and so everything we did, we learned to play by sound. So I started on the drum line when I was in the 9th grade, and I was playing a snare drum. And when I graduated as a senior from high school, I was a section head for the drum line. Couldn't read sheet music at all. Everything we did was off sound, off mimic, right? See what I do and then do it. I can't read sheet music for shit.
Holy cow, man, that's pretty wild.
Yeah,
that's actually really good. That's a different talent. If you look at it, like being able to read sheet music and be able to play it accurate and all that type of stuff, that's one talent. Being able to just feel it and be able to see it, hear it, feel it, and do it, that's a completely different talent.
Well, reading sheet music for a drum line, I think, is witchcraft. Like that comes straight out of the Necronomicon. Like I don't understand how people do it.
Necronomicon.
Yeah, I don't know. Witchcraft.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Shop S Smart, by the way. Shop Smart.
Yeah, that's right. Shop Smart. Shop S Smart.
Fucking.
Now, Mike, what did you play in the
Where
band?
are we going?
I was a clarinet player.
Dude, that whole world. I always say that being a Marine is so interesting because several of us served in different corps. We all served, there's a certain part where we overlap and we were in the same Marine Corps, but also we were in totally different Marine Corps. You guys that served in the band, I'm sure, lived a very different lifestyle. For me, as an 011 as field artillery, and even me lived a very different life from the 0311s, the infantry. But from the intel guys and the geospatial imagery guys, and now you got cyber warfare guys, and you have all these different Marine Corps inside the Marine Corps that when people tell their stories, it's like, I don't think you and I were in the same Marine Corps. It's so weird.
But it is, I think, because I have the coolest, I would say job, but I have the coolest thing to be able to do here is to listen to everybody's story. And everybody's story, no matter what their MOS is so unique to that individual, and to hear it from their words of this is what I did, this is that. And to them, it's not like, it's just, hey, this isn't important. It's not cool. It's nothing. But to me, listening on this end, I'm like, dude, that's pretty awesome. Like I never even thought about, anything in the intel community where you're doing these types of things, or, and every job is the same, whether it's motor T, whatever, doesn't matter. Every single one of them, I find something very interesting and just, I don't know, I'm intrigued with the whole thing. So, brother,
we got to be back on again because I got to tell you my intro story to Rota Spain when I got there as an 08 dum-dum, getting to a security force unit. I really thought I had checked into a recon unit. And my whole thing with my first sergeant there, it was such a trip. Being a veteran now and having been retired from the Border Patrol, does anybody else ride motorcycles, bikes? Any
I used to ride. I don't have a bike anymore, but
started my own motorcycle club called Full Metal Freedom. It's awesome. Kidding. So it's all law enforcement and military veteran guys. That's cool. We ride. We're a 501c3, just like the Lost Art Project became.
Very cool.
And we do stuff. We do charitable stuff. We do rides. We raise money. We're planning on starting like a scholarship fund and shit like that. All community based work. But there's still so many things to tell. And Antonio hasn't even scratched the surface of his fucking novella of a life. It's wild. So we definitely got to come back on if you'll have us.
Absolutely, man. We'll work it out for sure, man. You know what? We're at 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 38 seconds. And we are going to have to wrap it up because uploading anything over 2 hours is a pain in the butt. I can do it. It just takes a minute on my Wi-Fi here. So we're going to do the part that you're probably waiting for, Joe, because you watch the show every now and again. But this is words of wisdom. I didn't explain it before. I apologize. Antonio's looking at me with these like big eyes, like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. So we just go around and we say what we, some inspirational words or something like that. Now, Jess is special. Jess has a book report. He does a book report.
I got words of wisdom too, by the way.
He's got wisdom too. Hey, easy. He's got a double whammy.
I found the commandments. I found the commandments.
All right. Double whammy.
Right. So do the book?
Yeah.
All right. No victor, no vanquished. It's the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. If you'd like to read about how unprepared Israel was before the Gulf, before the Arab invasion in 1973, highly recommend. It also kind of keys in on the ingenuity of the Arabs when it came to the initial invasion, and then they tied themselves to Soviet technology and got their ass handed to them. We also almost broke NATO because we were raiding the stockpiles of tow missiles to knock down Syrian tanks, and we were flying them in from Europe at the time. But water cannons to take down Israeli sand defenses is ingenious, and there's a lot of really smart, innovative things, and they talk about it in the book. And it's a very solid book. No victor, no vanquished. Arab-Israeli War in 1973. And if you're not familiar, this is the war that Israel almost ceased to exist because it's the Yom Kippur War, and they had to rely mostly on the reservists, and it talks about the call out of the reservists and how they had to get to their tanks. So, and if you're ever reading about tank on tank hardcore warfare, the Syrian front especially, and this is also the war that Ariel Sharon decided to invade Egypt by crossing the canal and coming after him, and they almost starved out an entire Egyptian division. So great book. Words of wisdom. I found the Cowboy Commandments, and this is a very good book. Don't dig for water under an outhouse. Commandment number 1.
What? Oh, say it again. Don't dig for water under an outhouse.
That's the name of the book. And I have one for a week, and there's like 128 pages of these. So
yeah, I can imagine that would be a really shitty time.
Yeah,
it is. But Cowboy Commandments.
That was nice.
Growing up on a ranch, some of these I've heard more than once, by the way. So
yeah. Oh, I'm sure you have. Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Antonio, you're next, man. You're gonna have to hit us with something good here.
Well, Oscar Wilde, he said, "Be yourself because everybody else is taken." And what Joe had so eloquently placed it, we are all Marines, but we all bring something absolutely different and unique to the table. I got 1,000,001 catchphrases, and one that's caught Joe's attention is when I say, "Don't talk about it, be about it." And I always tell people, like, you know what, bro? Thank you for your service, but what's going to be on my headstone is it's not what you did, but it is what you are doing. So, yeah, ooh is right. Yeah, think about that shit. That I would rather hear about what you're doing now to progress than what you did back then, because guess what? That's done nothing for nobody. So that would be my piece. And Jess, if you're a philosophical motherfucker like myself, just go ahead and googly moogly Oscar Wilde and read some of his tales, because he died horribly alone, malnourished because of his lifestyle. And I'm all about that shit, baby.
Wow.
Die fat and happy.
Yeah, by the way, Antonio's, I think, is only like half a credit away from his doctorates. He's being cock blocked somewhere. Once he figures it out, I'll have to call him Dr. Espino.
You know what? We're going to have, once you get your doctorate, we'll have a celebration here on the podcast. And you're going to make sure you come in all doctorized, right?
Yeah,
you got to come in your gown.
Dude, I am down for
your
that.
Poofy hat.
I'm being
that's right.
I'm being severely cock blocked. So the next thing you're gonna read, Jess, from me would be my dissertation, bro. I truly, I know we got to wrap it up, but I am a unique motherfucker. I'm truly an ASVAB waiver. I got in with 3 waivers, but I am going to be a doctor. You know, my doctorate is criminal justice with a concentration in homeland security and counterterrorism. So it's basically, yeah, it sounds sexy, but it's just doing your job and being a Marine, baby. And that's why I picked it, you know. But I mean, I've read a variety of books as well. My favorite doctor is Seuss. If you haven't heard of him, I think it's French, Dr. Seuss. You know, he's got a lot of good stuff out there, you know, and a very philosophical.
You could be a speechwriter for Department of War right now. Just saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything's got to rhyme now.
Yeah.
Everything has to rhyme.
Oh, dude, I could do it.
Yeah.
You know, I got to fuck here, I got to fuck there. You know,
Dr. Seuss. I'm going to shoot you guys a video when we finish with this. I'll shoot it to you. It's a video that we did. It's a rap. It's a Dr. Seuss rap. And
yes,
the Marine Corps almost got sued over this rap.
I got to get that. Yeah. And that's another good story too, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, we did this rap, and it was a pretty decent rap. You know, we had a good time with it, and it was up for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, something like that, or whatever. It got ridiculous amounts of views and all that stuff. Nice. And then I get a call from Headquarters Marine Corps. They're like, "Did you guys do this?" And we're like, "Yeah, we did that." And they're like, "We need to take it down immediately." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "We're about to get sued by Dr. Seuss's family, so you need to take it down." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll take that down right now." Anyways, I'll shoot it to you. It's pretty awesome. Sorry.
Oh, that's epic stuff, man.
Yeah.
You should have said, "What are you gonna do? NJP me? Give me Firewatch?"
Well, you know, I don't know what they would do, to be honest with you. Surely they wouldn't take it out of your pay, would they? If the Marine Corps got sued over something you did, would they take that out of your pay? I don't know. I don't know that answer.
So you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're going to pay for it somehow, some way.
Well,
it's going to come out of some way or
another. Yeah. All right, Joe, man, what do you got for us?
Oh, man, you know, words of wisdom. I don't know if it'll come through, but the best words of wisdom I have is... Can you hear that?
I can't hear it, man.
I guess it doesn't come through. Anyways, Marine Corps League. If you are a Marine veteran, the Marine Corps League is the only congressionally chartered veteran service organization for Marines. It is... it could definitely use more members. Like I was saying earlier, our Vietnam veterans, which comprise the majority of our Marine Corps League, you know, the age group is not doing so well. So if you are an OEF veteran, if you're an Afghanistan veteran, you know, please consider joining the Marine Corps League. A lot of people don't like coming to places where things are very ritualistic and they're a ceremony, you know, just want to go hang out with your buds. The Marine Corps League has a place for you. If you enjoy that time-honored tradition of, you know, being organized, then join the Marine Corps League. If that's not your bag, we also have the military order, the Devil Dogs. I've seen you have Joe D'Angelo, our current chief Devil Dog, on your podcast. The MODD is so much fun. It's like being in a non-stop kangaroo court. If you guys remember what a kangaroo court is in the field, it's like doing that. So I would encourage all Marines, if you're not affiliated with the Marine Corps League, please do some research, find your local Marine Corps League detachment, join it, and see what you think. I know plenty of Marines will get out and join the VFW, or they'll join the American Legion, and I'm not knocking those veteran service organizations at all. They're great organizations, but being Marines, we have to be around other Marines. So please check it out. And I will say it one more time, and I do love it. Antonio's the one that introduced me to it. Don't talk about it, be about it, right? Don't just blow smoke up people's ass and say, oh, you know, I'm a Marine and, you know, I care about all this stuff. You know, it's Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Not sometimes, not part of the time, always faithful.
Dang. Joe coming in with the deep stuff, man. I love it. Thanks, Joe, man. That's good stuff. I appreciate it. You know what? Mike, I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to play this, but I want you to imagine, because I haven't done it yet. I need you to imagine that instead of Olak, it's you, okay? Just put yourself in the shoes of, and you're doing it for him. Yeah. All right. Here you go. You ready? Here we go. Waiting for a humdinger, Mike. You got to give us a humdinger.
Well, I don't have the Sergeant Major juju, but never say no twice if you mean it.
So true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was good. That was good, man. Yeah.
That is a humdinger.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, hey guys, we're 2:10 in right now. I appreciate you guys. Joe, had a great time. Antonio, thanks for coming on. You guys are awesome. Jess, of course, as always, thank you. And Mike, you're the man. I don't care what anybody says about you. I still love you. And Mark, wherever you are in the world of the web, thank you for coming on, and I appreciate it. He probably had to go cook a steak. That's probably what was up with Mark. I don't blame him. Steak's important, so.
Yeah. Or yell at people to get off his lawn. Either one.
The important things in life. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on. I truly appreciate it. I'll end it the same way I always do with everybody. But for all the veterans out there, if you're struggling, you need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some good resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You always text 838-255. Or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net, click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. Antonio, friggin', oh my God. Man, I just lost my train of thought.
Joe works.
Joe, thank you. Joe, Uribe. Man, I'm sorry.
Knob Creek. That Knob Creek is doing its job.
It worked. It worked tonight, just so you guys know.
Yeah,
but Joe as well, man. Everybody cares about you, so please reach out for help. If you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to your buddies that you serve with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. And as always, to you guys, love you. Everybody out there, I love you too. But stay motivated. Oh, hey, Antonio, Joe, don't hang up on me when I do this. Y'all stick around. We're going to come back. But everybody out there, stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. Honor the journey and finish the fight.